Today, we're showcasing the pinnacle of stupidity. Times when idiot cops thought they could get away with breaking the rules, only to find themselves caught red-handed. First up, watch as this officer's attempt to play the tough guy ends up being his absolute downfall.
Okay. I can arrest you for failure to disclose if you want to. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, I'm here all day.
We didn't call you. We didn't call you.
You didn't call me. Your mother called me.
For no reason.
And there's something going on with you because your eyes are all red. You look like you've been crying.
Smoke. I'm allergic to smoke.
Well, then tell him don't smoke around you.
This is my car.
But that
okay.
Is right.
I need your ID. I ain't telling you again. Let me see your ID.
Listen, dude. We got called, okay, on a disturbance. Several people called, okay? So we need your ID, or you can be arrested for failure to identify yourself to a police officer, okay? It's your last chance. We're gonna cuff you.
3 seconds. 1.
Chris.
Give us
2.
Or you're gonna be charged.
3.
Wait.
ID or no?
All you gotta do is comply, dude.
Chris, come on, stop.
Let's go.
Chris.
Let's go.
Chris,
Let's go.
stop. He didn't do anything wrong, bro. Stop.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car. You're under arrest. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
McClinton defied police and smoked despite his girlfriend's allergy, worsening his image as a suspect. What happened next was jaw-dropping.
Let go! Let go! Let go!
Stop. Sorry, Nick. Put your hand behind your back. I got Nick with 1 probe.
Another unit. Throw me another unit.
Give him his ID. That's not
The officer, while trying to take McClinton, who was evading arrest, accidentally ended up taking his partner in the head as well, hilariously apologizing later as if he only stepped on his foot.
Get out of the car. You're under arrest. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Let go! Let go! Let go! You got me! Stop! Sorry, Nick. You're right. Put your hand behind your back. I got Nick with 1 probe.
Another unit.
Tate, partner to arrest a suspect, may seem funny and incompetent, but no one is perfect, and we shouldn't blame the officers risking their lives. Although the last video showed how brilliantly cops can mess up, this next case really puts into perspective how dumb they are as well.
You gonna stop recording, or are you gonna leave?
Can you tell me what this is?
Okay, stop. Hands by your back.
On May 26, 2024, famous YouTube personality and First Amendment auditor, Long Island Audit, aka Sean, uploaded a video of his encounter with the Nassau County Police Department, which led up to his unlawful arrest.
Officer Keller, good to see you again. I told you I'd be back. Captain?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Here you go. You might want to read that.
What is
you're not
this?
allowed to video here.
Are you here
It's a
to
non-public
service?
forum. You applying today?
Well, yeah, I'm here to conduct business, correct.
You're applying today?
Can I get your name and badge number? You weren't here yesterday.
Cowser, COWCER.
I got you, Keller.
All right. 4223.
4223? Gotcha.
So nothing's changed. You're not applying today.
Well, I'm here to conduct business. Constitution protected business, yeah.
Well, this is a non-public forum, so you can't record in here. As I said yesterday. Okay.
I can record in here for
No,
sure.
you cannot record in here.
I can.
So I'm giving you a lawful order that you can't. If you're going to continue to record, Then,
What would I be arrested for? Recording?
no, you're going to be trespassing.
In a matter of mere seconds, Chauvin is served a policy notice by Officer Keller, which directs him to stop recording in a public space and a threat to get arrested.
So what is this? Is this a law?
Excuse me, place your bag in the exit.
I'm not going to get into it with you.
sorry,
Are you going to stop
I'm
recording?
excuse me.
Or are you going to leave?
Can you tell me what this is?
Okay, stop. Put your back.
It is what it is.
You're trespassing. You're being arrested for trespassing.
All right, no problem.
That's why you're being arrested.
You guys are making a big mistake.
Okay.
Trespassing is a violation. It's not even a crime in New York.
It seems that Officer Keller wasn't going to deal with any First Amendment shenanigans and cuffed Chauvin simply for trespassing, despite it not being a crime.
It's not.
So you think?
I know the law in New York better than you. It's ridiculous.
Sit down right now.
You guys are making a huge mistake here.
Listen, man, I told you. I gave you a chance. I'm trying to be
I was
cordial
trying.
with
No,
you.
you weren't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
was.
weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you 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 weren't. I asked you what this
I-
paper was.
I
asked
told
you to
you
explain this
yesterday.
paper was.
I told you
I
yesterday
asked you-
outside it's going to be handled differently. You decide. You made the conscionable choice to come back here, walk
To
into the
exercise
lobby
my rights again.
recording
I told
again.
you I had business to
after
conduct here.
after I told
I
you
told you I
yesterday.
had business to conduct here. I'm here to apply for services.
To make things clear, Chauvin had visited this very police department before in hopes of conducting his audit, but was sent away at that time too, which is what explains the officer's squabble.
It's not.
So you think?
I know the law in New York better than you. It's ridiculous.
Sit down right now.
You guys are making a huge mistake here.
Listen, man, I told you. I gave you a chance. I'm trying to be
I was
cordial
trying.
with
No,
you.
you weren't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
was.
weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you 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 weren't. I asked you what this
I-
paper was.
I
asked
told
you to
you
explain
yesterday.
this paper was.
I told you
I
yesterday
asked you-
outside it's going to be handled differently. You decide. You made the conscionable choice to come back here, walk
To
into the
exercise
lobby
my rights again.
recording
I told you I
again
had business to
after
conduct here.
after I told
I
you
told you I
yesterday.
had business to conduct here. I'm here to apply for services.
You're not. You're no. I asked you on
I
camera.
did.
On camera.
I did,
No.
and I said I was applying for service.
you
I said
didn't.
I had
No, you
business to
didn't.
conduct
No,
here.
you didn't.
Okay, we'll
So,
see.
you can change
It's
it
on
around.
the
I
camera.
haven't
I'm
seen
not
it.
changing
Yeah.
anything around.
I have it all
I
covered.
said I have constitutionally protected business to conduct here. That's what I told
Just
you.
like yesterday. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all good. We
You
don't-
didn't let me conduct
Why
my
don't-
business yesterday. I was trying to go through the metal detector today. Did you not notice that?
Why
Because I was
don't we
trying
do
to.
this?
Why don't?
Plead the fifth.
Yeah. Why don't you do that? Yeah, because that's what you were told yesterday, right? So you want to quit back at it, right? That's funny. Big mistake you guys are making here. Big mistake. Violating my constitutional rights. Be out in a couple hours and I'll beat the charge, just like I beat the charge everywhere throughout this whole entire country. You guys are making a big mistake here.
Keller might have stormed away in a rage, however, Chauvin remains more confident than ever before, actively trying to entice a response from the officers present.
Through tax dollars, sir, meaning that it becomes publicly accessible.
Meaning Nassau County has nothing to do with this property.
Well, if they have nothing to do with, so you can't have it both ways. If they have nothing to do with this property, how can I be trespassed by a Nassau County officer?
when you not in this building, I said property. So when you stepped on this property, the building manager stated, if you're not here,
Who's the building manager? The person I talked to yesterday?
the building manager.
Well, I'm in handcuffs today. I wasn't in handcuffs yesterday. So I'm saying, how
The
can
building manager
a
stated-
Nassau County
Stop.
officer?
Stop.
Chauvin had made some great points that this low IQ officer tries to sweep under the rug and dismiss the whole issue altogether.
When Officer Keller asked you
I said I had business here.
So you didn't say I'm trying to apply for SNAP. You didn't say what you're trying to apply for.
Do you understand how quickly this just happened? He just put handcuffs on me in less than a few minutes.
But do you see how fast you refuse to answer his questions? He actually.
It happened in less than a few minutes, sir. There was no de-escalation implemented. What does the Department of Health and Human Services have to hide? Where's the transparency for the people, for we the people, to check up on our government? Don't you think? Don't you think that our government should be transparent? Especially when this officer here is getting paid 6 figures. Do you know that the law enforcement agency, sir? I'm not here just filming. I did investigative work. Law enforcement, Nassau County Police Department is the highest grossing department out of all the departments. It goes Nassau County Police, and I believe the Department of Social Services that help we the people, sir, is like third on the list. And as far as budget, do you think that the people need more help or that law enforcement needs to just keep getting richer and richer? He makes 6 figures with overtime, sir. Some officers make $250,000 with overtime. So do you think that that's reasonable salary for we the people? Did you know that? Did you even know that there's officers that make 200? There's dozens of officers that make 200. Are you a resident of Nassau County, sir?
Yes, I am.
It's no lie that residents of Nassau County, on average, are paid less than what these corrupt cops are making. And cuffing Sean up like this is just evidence of how big tyrants like Officer Keller get.
I want to ask you a question, another question.
You're not being arrested because you recorded. Being arrested.
No,
for
but that's an
trespassing.
end around, sir. That's an end around because if you can say, so for example, that's like you trespassing me because of my skin color, whether it's white or black or brown or anywhere in between. That's like you saying, we're not arresting you for your skin color, sir. We're arresting you because we told you to leave and you didn't leave. You can use criminal trespassing for anything. You wants to hold their government accountable, and a government official like yourself, we're back in Nazi Germany, can just say, you know what, we don't want you here. For whatever reason, recording, skin color, political beliefs, orientation, whatever it could be, a member of the government could just say, don't you think that's dangerous, sir?
Okay,
You don't think that's dangerous for the government? Seriously,
I heard you out. When you was at the military thing and you was filming, you went across this lobby and your phone shows the video even from yesterday, people in the lobby. They don't know they're on video, so how can you say they have no problem with you being on video when they didn't?
Well, we're always on video.
There's
video here, and I told you can request those videos.
The low IQ officer butted in once more with his half-baked opinions against Sean, which he shut down easily.
I wouldn't know. They didn't voice their concerns to me. I wouldn't know. And if they did voice their concerns to me or sent me an email, I would kindly, because that's my YouTube channel. Yeah. I even though there's no expectation of privacy, you guys have a whole lot of cameras in here, so nobody complains about those. But if somebody said, "Hey, sir, I prefer not to be on your YouTube video," I would blur their face out as long as they're not a public servant like you.
You know what? Just stand up for me. Move over a little bit so I can get behind the bench. I'm not trying to twist your wrist.
Yeah, I'm just not trying to make any moves where you're gonna do something we both regret.
Just keep your hand behind your back, both of them. Yeah, put your hands like a friend.
After a lot of deliberation and arguing with the officers, Sean was unable to get anywhere with them, which was why the officers moved along with transporting Sean to jail for further processing.
Sean, just take your hat off, buddy.
Strap them in there. Everything you need?
Yeah.
All right, we'll just walk you out. We should go to the right. All right, sir. Best of luck to you. Okay. Have a good night.
Sean was charged with 2 counts of trespassing and disobeying law enforcement officers. But Sean isn't the type of person to back down and take this case to court, where he successfully managed to argue that his side of the story and his narrative was found more constitutionally correct. The judge completely agreed, and Sean was able to clear all the charges that led to this incident. Sean really threw the book at those ignorant cops, but wait till you see how this next auditor manages to handle the authority.
Don't make me take away your qualified immunity. Okay, no, it said don't make me take away your qualified immunity.
On March 2nd, 2024, a video is uploaded by Texas gal Audit, where officers of Duncanville, Texas, confronted her for apparently trespassing in a post office. The following incident was shocking to say the least.
Hey y'all, Texas Gal is here doing a revisit at the Duncanville post office. It is raining right now in Texas, so we're gonna try to hop right in here and get into it. We're gonna find their poster 7 and start recording. So, rules and regulations. And we got the recording procedures. She learned her lesson from last time.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay.
I know she still keeps trying to promote craziness in the post office.
Let's do 601 with me, and then we'll do the bill on her.
Ma'am, can you please stop recording? It's
No,
really
ma'am.
It's okay,
uncomfortable.
just turn around.
No, ma'am.
It's okay, don't give her, just don't give her no attention. She can't do it.
Oh, you learned your lesson from last time? You got educated?
Yeah.
All right? Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, let's just do this amount of we'll do the other two.
So she obviously got educated from last time when I was here. It's a good thing. This is what we do. And this is why we do what we do. What is it that I have?
Yeah, we just don't give her.
You laugh.
All right. Yeah, and then prove it yourself.
You got me laughing. It's kind of hard to. Thank you, love. Me too.
So you see how you had the lady here at the end still trying to start up fires.
The footage showed the auditor entering the post office, recording after being told to stop despite having the right to.
So last time I was in here, she said I could not point my camera this direction for transactions. Apparently she learned I can point my camera whichever way I want.
And just step in front of it. Yeah. Good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
It's so crazy to film in public and exercise your First Amendment right. It's just so crazy to be an American and to appreciate our Constitution. It's just crazy.
And I got the best customers in front of me. You guys have to make it see.
Family Feud says,
They are, yeah.
You happen to have something long?
The longest thing we have is up there. I don't think we have.
I'm just recording just to make sure that they're doing their job. I'm not recording the public here. I mean, to get in the camera, it is not my expectation here. Let's see how she talks to the next customer.
How many do you need? Do you need $5 or 5 ones? I just got one, and then I got 3. Look. Hold on. Give me a $5 bill. I got it. Give me $5. No, I got quarters now. Give them some quarters. You don't have to. At least I give them $1. Okay.
We see the auditor persist by ignoring the request to stop recording as she remains determined to uphold her First Amendment right.
Yeah, she didn't call the police this time, did she? So we're gonna get in line and let her coworker, her supposable sister, let her know how ate up she got on them comments last time. So if you guys remember, this is what I was doing last time. This, before I was asked why I was recording and the police got called. They learn. And that's what we're here to do, is to teach and make them learn. So we appreciate everyone. Hit like, subscribe, and share this video, and let everyone know that transparency is important and accountability of our government is very important.
It quickly became apparent that this auditor was very assertive, as she was determined to remain firm on her constitutionally protected rights.
So there's a line, and she refuses to come out here and work because she don't want to be on tape.
So he want to postmark, but I told him that we don't do it unless he's doing certified.
Oh yeah. He has to pay.
This is the one that
You
called the
can
cops
do,
on us last time.
You can do this, and he has to pay. They charge $2.80 for it. We don't give it for free.
I pay, but I've had it free. I paid
But
for
we,
it.
but that's just
It's
our
nothing
pro-
free
yeah.
at the post office.
I pay for it.
Okay, show me the miscellaneous one.
Great, how's it going, sir?
What's going on today?
Are you the federal police?
I'm police. I was called by them. What's going
Okay, well, do you have a contract with the post office to be in here with the arm?
Yeah,
Good?
I do.
Okay,
going on
great.
today?
I'm just here to make a purchase.
Why are you recording?
Because I have the right to, the First Amendment of press.
Okay, cool.
That's it. What's your name and badge number?
It's right here.
Okay, but right here is not your name.
Okay.
So what is your name?
Okay. Do y'all want to give her business? Okay.
They don't have the option. This is a, no, this is not a Walmart.
Still, we criminally trespass from
For
a
what
public
reason?
building.
Well, but it has to be, no, it does. It does. So are you
Alright,
trying,
stop. We can do this real easy.
right? Or we can make this real hard on yourself.
No.
Don't make me take away your qualified immunity.
Okay.
Okay, no, it
I'm
said,
outside of it.
don't make
Causing
me take away your qualified immunity.
Go outside. Come on.
Sir, don't grab me. Don't touch me. You don't have the right.
They want you gone. If you don't leave,
They don't have the right to tell me to go because I'm not doing anything illegal.
If you don't leave,
Get your supervisor.
I'm the
Get
supervisor.
your,
I'm the supervisor.
get your lieutenant.
He's not here today.
Well, there's someone on the clock.
When the officer confronted the auditor, she responded with logical question, forcing the officer to respond and actually make some sense, increasing her credibility as an auditor.
Here to make a purchase at a public building and getting trespassed. So everybody call the Duncanville police and let them know I'm being trespassed for no reason. He obviously doesn't understand how trespass works in public buildings. So everybody call the Duncanville police station in Texas.
It's inspiring how she spoke with such power, encouraging her online following as well to stand out against this infringement of rights.
But anyways, he's going to sit here and act like he's going to play on his walkie-talkie. Yeah, go in private if you want to have a private conversation.
Man, there's other emergencies going on in the city.
Then go handle those.
No,
I didn't ask
I'm
you to
called
stop here. Okay, then handle that. If you need to stay here, then stay here. If you don't, then go. Go handle the things you need to go handle.
I'm handling it.
Then don't ask me what to handle or not handle.
You're recording.
What?
Recording? Yes. Okay. She's not wanting to leave. They're wanting her to leave. Okay. And that's it.
So tell me what legal reason you have to trespass me from a public building.
They don't want you here.
That is not a legal reason. I am press. I am press. I am in a government building doing the
How are you
news.
press? Do you have ID?
So where do you get ID for press? Everyone is press. The freedom of press.
They don't want you
Sir,
here.
you're
This is
not
a
going to
public place.
trespass me unless you want your
Go to jail.
you want your qualified immunity taken?
There.
After not being able to crack her confident attitude, the officers took to arresting her, ignorant of the law of which the country was founded on. While there will be no shortage of immoral cops, sometimes police may encounter someone they'd later regret meeting, as we find out in this next video. On March 14th, 2019, footage of officers was revealed after they arrested a man, Easterly, suspected of drug prison. Make sure to watch till the end if you want to be surprised.
You have a bag of drugs between your butt I do not have a bag between my butt cheeks. Yes, you do. I seen it. It's hanging there. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to be given the option to reach back there and move those drugs. And drop that bag on the floor. If you do not remove those drugs, I got a bag of, face forward. I'm facing forward. Thank you. Continue to do so. What are y'all doing? Listen to what my lieutenant is trying to instruct you to do, sir. He's going to let go of your left hand. Reach back with that left hand. Remove that baggie. Drop it to the floor. I'm going to tase you. Do you understand? There's nothing there. Ah! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
The footage showed police interrogating Easterly and threatening him to hand over the contraband. However, before he could comply, he got and the situation quickly spiraled into chaos.
Sir, no lingo, do you comply?
I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing.
Hold on.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing nothing.
It's shocking to see the brutality that the officers showed with Easterly as he collapsed from the stun. They then quickly began abusing him, showing no regard for the law they are supposed to be serving.
You're talking, you're breathing. He's out of the basement. Boy's back, he's saying he can't.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Ow! 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 What the f*** I'm doing?
We're removing the drugs, quit.
Ow!
Your gloves good, baby?
Yeah.
Oh, man, my...
Y'all get the stuff out of the van,
No,
please?
no.
Why?
Intimidatory. Just a few moments ago, you were actively resisting.
It became quite clear that Easterly was not well as the medical staff removed prongs from him, while he was humiliated by the police for being stripped and then quickly redressed.
What's that for?
If you bite him, you will be understand?
I haven't beaten anybody. You already bit one, sir? I have not beaten anybody.
I can't breathe now. I can't breathe. I can't breathe, y'all. What? I cannot breathe. I cannot breathe. I can't breathe, y'all.
You're talking, you're fine.
Yeah. I can't breathe, man. Turn right. Face on the wall. Face the wall. Face the wall.
See nothing, man.
You're
still not complying.
I can't see nothing, though.
Okay, you ain't got to see to listen.
It's thickening the way the police officers unethically use their powers over Easterly, making his breathing difficult, despite Easterly not having resisted at all and being wrongfully beaten.
Officer Hemphill, I'm going to take this one out.
Gotcha.
And you're going to keep
your head down.
control of this one, okay? All right, go ahead and take control of him, sir.
Stop.
Hey, stop. I'm not, y'all are doing that. I'm not doing that. Y'all are doing that. I'm relaxed.
The police tied Easterly to a chair for 90 days of solitary confinement, which would only be justified if he were armed and aggressive, not harmless. A lawsuit was later filed against these officers. It's disheartening to see this misuse of power, as officers were more than horrible. If you thought any of the situations so far were bad, stay tuned for this last one, as this is just completely ridiculous.
Well, you call him back and you tell him that I wasn't sleeping.
Okay, so are you going to give me your name or
I'm
not?
not.
Okay, stand up, turn around. You're under arrest.
On June 7th, 2019, Mr. Land was enjoying the sunset on a park bench in Keokuk, Iowa, when he was reported by an off-duty officer to be a homeless man. Later, another officer would confront him.
What's going on, man? Hey, we took a call saying that you might be sleeping out here.
No, I was laying down for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Laying on my back.
Oh, okay.
Looking at the sky.
Okay. You got your ID with you?
No, I don't.
Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
Am I doing something illegal?
Well, we got called here for suspicious activity, so I got an idea.
Is that a misdemeanor or felony?
Huh?
Is that a misdemeanor or felony?
Is it a misdemeanor or a felony? Well, it could be a misdemeanor if you failure to identify yourself.
Well, unless I'm breaking a law, I'm not going to ID.
Okay, so you're choosing to get arrested instead of just giving me your name.
Am I breaking the law?
By not giving me your identification, yes, you are.
That's not the way it
Yes,
works.
that's interference.
Are you detaining me or am I free to go?
No, you're being detained.
For what?
Because we're investigating
You
suspicious.
give me reasonable, articulate suspicion.
We got called here by a third party for an individual sleeping by the flagpole.
Okay.
You're the only person here by the flagpole.
Did you see me sleeping?
No, you just admitted to me that you were.
I never said anything about sleeping. I said I was laying on my back and I was looking at the sky.
Okay.
Is that illegal?
No, but we still got called here, so we got to investigate it.
Well, you call him back and you tell him that I wasn't sleeping.
Okay, so are you going to give me your name or not?
I'm not.
Okay, stand up, turn around. You're under arrest.
The officer immediately started asking stupid questions to Mr. Land, who rightfully pointed out he wasn't breaking any laws, which the officer refused to accept, and instead took him to jail.
You gonna let me out of here?
What's that?
You gonna let me out of here?
No, why?
What am I doing here?
What?
What am I doing here?
Well, I don't know. I think you're under arrest. What's that?
Why are you violating my rights?
We're not.
Yeah, you are.
No, what's your name, pal?
Why would I tell you? Maybe if you had a legal, lawful reason to detain me, I'd give it to you.
Well, we took a complaint on you, so there was.
You can take a complaint on anything.
Right, so we have to investigate, and that includes getting your identification.
Does that mean I'm obliged to entertain you?
Come talk to the judge about it then,
Well,
okay?
this ain't a communist country.
I agree.
Well, then what the hell's going on?
Well, we're trying to figure that out.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Well, I would. It'd be a lot.
Violating my rights.
We're not.
You are.
No.
You are.
No, we're not.
You are. You show up because you get a complaint.
Absolutely.
Sleeping in the park.
Right.
I'm not. If they show up and ask me if I'm sleeping. So you tell me that's a lawful detainment? That's a reasonable, articulable suspicion, huh?
To check on you, absolutely.
To check on me for what?
To make sure
Come
you're okay.
Don't bullshit me.
I'm not.
You're violating my rights.
No.
It's an illegal detainment.
Okay. You can identify yourself to the judge, or else they're probably not going to let you out, though. Okay. So cooperate.
For what? Cooperate with what?
Well, they have to know who you are before they release you. Okay.
They have to know
All right.
because everyone that's talking to you.
Okay. Are you going to tell me your name?
The officer, having detained Mr. Land, yet again tried to bully his name out of him, which is something no one is obligated to tell the police. The officer avoided Mr. Land's logical question, resorting to pathetic excuses and even admitting Mr. Land wasn't seen committing any crime.
Right. We got a complaint on you.
What's that?
We got a complaint on
Okay.
you. All right. It's suspicious because you normally, yes.
It's suspicious behavior. Is that a misdemeanor or felony? Tell me that. Tell me what code that is.
Suspicious behavior?
What statute is that?
Are you familiar with Terry versus Ohio?
Yes, I'm very familiar with it.
So,
you have to have a reasonable.
Absolutely.
Okay, well then articulate to me about what crime you saw me committing. You had a phone call.
You don't have to see a crime being committed to stop somebody and check
You
on
get
them.
a phone call? That's it?
Well, absolutely. We took a complaint.
Yeah, that's hearsay.
Okay.
That's not reasonable.
Well, it came from another officer who happens to walk the park and noticed that you're not there on a daily basis sleeping in the park.
An officer.
You think you know a lot here?
I do know a lot.
You're not seeming to know a
I
whole
do
lot.
know a lot here.
Hold on.
I wasn't
I'm
sleeping.
talking now.
Okay, well,
Okay.
go ahead and talk.
That we also have a community caretaking function, okay? So again, it's
What's
a little.
that got to do with the license? Come on.
Hold on. Again, we have a community caretaking function here, and it's a little odd when you find somebody sleeping, so we can check on their well-being in the park as well.
Is it illegal to sleep in the park?
The following police chief experienced a humbling moment when his arrogance got the better of him.
Nice to meet you, sir. Matt Pope worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
I'm upset because I spoke to you.
On August 26, 2022, a couple of Molina police officers pulled over a vehicle for a window tint violation. The cops had no clue they had just stopped Zebulon Police Chief Jonathan Hemphill. The drama that unfolded later was one for the eye.
Just to say hello, was that illegal?
No, no, sir. The reason why we're stopping you is because it's a wind intent violation.
I blinked my blue lights at you to let you know who I was.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't know with it. That's not a government tag.
That is a unofficial tag. Okay. That tag's not even on file.
I see. Yes. Well, we have to catch up the buildings and run it and everything like that, sir. So
I won't blink my blue lights at you next time. I'll let you just sit there. I was just speaking. I'm the police chief in Zebra.
Well, nice to meet you, sir.
Matt Pope worked for me. Your chief worked for me.
Yes, sir. There's no need to get upset.
I'm upset because I spoke to you when I come by, and now you're pulling me over.
I've never met you a day in my life.
I understand that.
Why are you being hostile?
Easy. I don't have to talk to you.
Okay.
Easy. I'm not talking to you.
Why are you being hostile right now?
Are y'all gonna write me a ticket?
Shocked by the chief's arrogance and entitlement, the female cop got a bit upset. And that's when things really started to heat up.
Are you gonna write me a ticket?
Sir, we're just trying.
I'm the police chief in Zebra. You wanna write me a ticket?
Why are you coming up to me like that? I'm doing my job, right?
What are you stopping for?
I'm stopping you for one because it's dark. You flashed your blue lights. Okay, you know how many officers have blue lights?
Are you writing me a ticket? Yes or no?
I'm conducting my investigation.
Are you writing me a ticket? I'm fixing to leave.
Do you have your driver's license?
Sure, I have my driver's license.
Literally.
I'm fixing to make it a whole lot more. Your boss works.
11:11. I'm out here with Illinois.
Just like anybody else.
Okay, so 2001 Dodge Ram truck, black in color, to Machine Construction Company out of Losersville. Registration showed expired, valid insurance, negative 99.
Just occurring. Bravo, Frank, Mike. Yeah, sir, as I was explaining.
I don't want to hear anything from you.
Okay.
You let her do her job.
28 returns to a 2001 Dodge Ram truck, black in color, to Machine Construction Company out of Losersville.
It doesn't come back to that vehicle.
Valid insurance, negative 99.
The poor officers were being punished just for doing their job. Despite being treated so badly, one of the officers went over to explain everything to the chief. Little did he know, Hemphill was about to throw another tantrum.
11:11. Make sure you're recording.
Yeah. What?
She's about bringing your driver's license back up.
That's fine.
Yeah. First, when we ran the tag, it came back to like a Dodge Ram, so we're just confirming it's not. Yes, sir.
It's a ghost tag.
Yes, sir. We're making sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, we're just.
You must have run it wrong. You must have run it wrong because you want to come back to a Dodge Ram.
We were confirmed it. They let us know and everything.
So it's still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
Sir, can I ask why you're so upset?
Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram now?
No, we got it fixed. Why are you so upset?
No, you didn't fix it. Is it still coming back to a Dodge Ram right now?
No, it came back 9 on 5.
That's right, because you run it wrong.
Sir.
Somebody run it wrong. Either you did or they did.
We're about to get the information.
Okay, I got your chief on the phone right now. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Can you calm down for us, please?
I appreciate your service. I appreciate your service.
All right.
I'm just saying, I spoke to you guys. I didn't have to do that. I could have eased on by y'all. I appreciate the job y'all out here doing.
Chief,
I'm
trying to be respectful with you.
I understand that. I understand.
I'm not raising my voice or nothing at you, right?
I understand.
All right, let's.
But I'm trying to tell you,
the
only thing I done wrong was y'all never would have pulled me over if I hadn't flicked my blue lights.
It's bizarre to see an esteemed officer reacting so badly after a minor inconvenience. Even the officers were shocked by this entitlement. This dog definitely needed to be on a leash.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm telling you straight up, okay?
Okay. All right.
But like I said, there's people out here impersonating police officer with blue lights.
Or you threw my license. She threw my license. If she is, get them for me.
She'll bring it to you, sir.
Okay, well that's fine.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to talk with you.
I don't want to talk anymore about it.
All righty. It's very unprofessional. Whole time.
Soon after this incident, Chief Hemphill was under severe criticism, and the department launched an internal investigation into his conduct. He was found guilty and received an oral reprimand. He was also instructed to attend anger management and de-escalation training. The chief got away with a slap on his wrist, but this next officer was owned pretty badly by his sergeant.
Well, the reason why you did
over for flipping you off.
No, ma'am. The reason why
you are retaliating against me. You turned your sirens on and everything, ran over here like a crazy person.
On September 6, 2020, 2023, Officer Patrick Akers was conducting a traffic stop when he saw a woman give him a one salute. Instead of ignoring this, the cop chased her down and eventually pulled her over. What went down was downright embarrassing.
Okay.
So this is that female, Trevino. She flicks me off as I'm going back to back of my patrol car, fails the single left hand to go into the left lane. She flicks me off, so I just wanted a second to make contact with her. How's it going? Officer Akers, New Braunfels Police Department. Okay.
I know who you are.
That's fine. Well, the reason why you being
over for flipping you off.
No, ma'am. The reason why
you are retaliating against me. You turned your sirens on and everything. Ran over here like a crazy person.
Okay. Well, ma'am, the reason why you're being contacted is you failed to signal lane change when you flicked me off.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead and step out of the car. Step out of the car. I have 3 officers here.
He's hurt me before. Please don't let him.
Yeah. Would you mind, Henderson? Go ahead and detain her in cuffs.
No, because he's done illegal to me.
This officer is the reason why people are starting to hate these cops. The woman clearly indicated that she was heading over to the left lane, but this ignorant officer went over to do something shocking.
You're under arrest for failed to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. You guys just know this is bullshit. You guys just know it is. You guys know it is. You're under arrest. Grab my phone. Please grab my phone.
We'll get it. You want me to transport, or you think it's better?
Danny can do.
Danny, would you mind just transporting? You don't have to do anything else other than transport. I'll be there. PD 2B6.
Go ahead.
Can you go ahead and get me next rotational record? That female is in my custody. I believe it's going to be Brittany Trevino.
Officer Akers is a well-known women offender and had some history with Brittany as well. The arrest was illegal, and the officer did something even worse.
What's that? Yeah, she has a driver's license, but...
I'm going to turn this off. No.
Yeah, she has a driver's license, but...
Why are we arresting her for a traffic infraction?
Well, she comes down the street, comes right towards me. As I'm walking back by the car, didn't do nothing, she flicks me off. And then as she does that, she gets on the lane and fails to signal lane change.
You would normally write a ticket for this person for this, just because that in the past she's done this, and this, right? This is something that you would normally write a ticket for.
Yeah. You want me to go ahead and release it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Procedure for the plate for Charles Paul 5990 for number 3 Volkswagen 4-door blue post.
Alright, so let's write the ticket and go about it that way.
Sounds good.
Because all you're going to do is give her more ammo. Alright?
Yep.
So write the ticket, just fill it out.
It's hard to believe how conveniently these corrupt cops turned off their body cams like it meant nothing. It was obvious that Officer Akers had messed up badly.
Her makeup on. Have a license plate of Nora Sam Henry 9090.
Moments later, the sergeant arrived on the scene and immediately released Brittany from handcuffs.
Do you have an email address? What? Help? It is. All right, Brittany L.
You don't make thinner or best than that? Well, yours is pretty thin, right? What are they doing? You would think, I don't know, because I never tested it. I was always like, and they're like, you could stab right through it. And I'm like, what do you mean you can stab through it? You guys want me to wear this for bullets? Are you kidding me? What do you mean you can stab through it? I mean, I've never tried. They did tell me though that you can stab right through it.
To finalizing that, I would assume. They don't have this fancy ones. Alright. So, right here, Brittany, this is going to be your citation. You received on the court. The court date is 9/27/23. Address and phone number for the quarter right here.
Officer Akers deserved to be scolded for his timid act, but the supervisor was very kind to him. Instantly turning a traffic citation into an arrest should be enough to remove him from the force.
You're good to go. So I understand that you flicked the officer off. That's not. So my question was, did you flick the officer off?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing, regardless of what your history is with Officer Akers, your intense hate caused you to flick him off, and then you committed a traffic violation. Okay? Had you just gone on about your day and not worried about flicking people off or anything like that, none of this would have happened.
I know, but...
Did this... Oh, I did? No, I didn't. Let me get your signature on this. So, that's not pleading guilty, that just promises to take care of that ticket, okay? None of it ever is good on those automated ones, okay? So, here's the thing, right? Had you just gone on about your day, right? So your intense hatred is causing you to do other things that is drawing attention to you.
I understand.
You need to move on with your life. Man, move along, okay?
The sergeant was once again in the wrong. None of this would have happened if Akers wasn't a crybaby. Brittany did nothing wrong and was only being punished because Akers' fragile ego couldn't handle a constitutionally protected act.
Ever could have happened in a million years. I never would have thought.
I'm not here to debate this situation with you. I watched the video. I know everything that occurred. Okay? I know about the court stuff, everything that occurred. If Officer Akers had done anything wrong, he wouldn't be here right now. Right? That's 100% true. It is. So you need to move on and not be running around flipping people off, right? I get it. That's your First Amendment if you want to flip people off, but what it did is it caused you to create a hazard to a traffic infraction. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's regardless of what y'all's history is, you need to move along with it. Right? Got nothing more to say. Have a good day. Don't forget your phone's on top of your car. I want you to drive off without it.
Sergeant Scott did save the day for Brittany, preventing her from going to the police station. However, he should have punished Officer Akers for the unlawful traffic stop and the illegal arrest. This officer clearly learned his lesson, but this next tyrant was humiliated in front of the camera.
You got Raz detained me. And he said you were filming walking around cars, so...
Let's go and remove him from the situation, right?
Okay, all right.
Okay, so moving forward, how can we do something for you here?
On January 13th, 2022, a First Amendment auditor with a YouTube channel called Free Press NC was conducting a First Amendment audit in Burlington. He wandered over to the Burlington Police Department and began recording the parking lot.
Tires are mostly in good shape. Can't tell entirely, but they're, generally speaking, they seem to be good tires. Hi!
What are you doing?
Just checking out my employees. What's up? What's your name and badge number?
Delgado.
Delgado, you have a badge number?
I don't.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm not gonna give that.
So what are you doing?
Just checking on the Burlington employees and seeing if you guys are doing a great job.
About
You're keeping,
looking
yeah.
through the cars?
Yeah, I want to make sure you're keeping the officers safe with like good tires and you're not leaving out passwords to NCIC. You said I need to?
Yes, sir. You're actually trespassing unless you actually have something.
You want me to or I need to? It's hard.
Do you have any business back here? This is only police personnel only.
Yeah, you said I need to, so I was asking, do you want me to come talk to her or did I have to? Am I being detained?
Yes, sir. At this point, yes, sir.
Okay, for suspicion of what crime?
Okay, you're walking around taking pictures of police cars and so forth.
I wonder how hard it is to read the Constitution once and for all. These timid officers tried to intimidate the auditor, but his answers left them in shock.
You don't have any business here.
Is that illegal? Is that illegal?
It's only supposed to be police back here.
And your name, badge number?
I don't have a badge number. Sergeant Marsh.
Sergeant Marsh, okay. So you said I'm detained. And I said suspicion of what crime?
What are you doing back here?
Suspicion of what crime? What's your RAS?
You need to leave, sir.
What crime have I committed?
You need to leave.
If you'd like to stand on the sidewalk and do
He told me I have to come here and I'm detained.
So I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
You said we need you to come here and you said I'm detained.
So I need to talk to you. If you want to go over there, take on the sidewalk, take pictures, you're more than welcome, but you can't be back here.
So the sign that says public entrance is not a public entrance?
If you have business here.
Yeah.
Do you have business here?
Am I required to answer that question?
Okay, sir. At this point, you're being asked if you want to go over and take pictures.
I know I'm being asked because you don't want to infringe on my rights, which is why you've not ordered me to, but you still have me detained. Are you going to undetain me or am I still detained?
You're not detained.
Okay.
You're more than free, but
I can do what I want. Thanks. It's a public.
Sir, you can go on the sidewalk and take pictures. You have to stay on the sidewalk.
Where's the sign that says it's authorized personnel only? There's actually a sign in here that says public parking right here.
The sergeant was trying to trespass him from a public parking lot. The auditor tried to reason with him, but soon realized that he needed a firmer approach.
You tell me I'm detained in a public parking lot with no signs? That's bullcrap. Back off.
Well, sir, you need to understand.
I don't need to do crap. You detained me for nothing.
Sir, you need to leave the parking lot.
Give me your supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
Give me your supervisor, the LT. This is bullcrap.
I don't want to do it.
Notice I'm not talking to either of you guys this way. I'm not talking to either of you guys this way. I'm talking to him this way.
I understand.
You have no signs that say no trespassing, and it freaking says public entrance. You cannot detain me for videotaping.
I didn't
Why were you all in that car?
I wasn't in a car. If you find evidence of me being in a car, then bring me in and RAS and detain me and we'll talk.
And that's why we started speaking with you because of that.
You can't detain me to figure out if I committed a crime. You're a freaking sergeant.
Yes, sir. We can.
No, you cannot. What was the RAS? Reasonable, articulable suspicion.
You're looking at vehicles, possibly breaking into a vehicle.
Did you suspect me of breaking into a vehicle?
I did.
Yes.
I asked him what he suspected me of, and he said filming.
So I seen you, and I called my sergeant.
And that's why I got out.
That's what you need to articulate. You didn't do that until now. He was telling me that I was suspicious because I was filming around vehicles, but he doesn't get to detain me because I'm filming. I don't care how suspicious it looks. You will not get my name. I am not trespassing, and I will not leave.
The auditor refused to elaborate further as he called for a supervisor. The situation was getting incredibly tense, and surprisingly, neither of the three officers knew that he was right in his stance. This shows how dreadful our law enforcement has become.
Now, if you guys have signs up that says this is a trespassed area, authorized personnel only, you got gates up, of course I can't come in.
Well, usually
he's making up laws.
Like I was saying, usually it is. We only allow police cars and people back here, but due to the front lobby, people do come, public citizens.
Right.
They do come back.
Which is why I'm here.
Yeah, I understand.
Try to be as reserved as I can.
That you were looking all in the car.
Okay. You told me that you have RAS that I was breaking and entering or potentially committing a crime. Therefore, I'm not answering any of your questions. Am I being detained by you? Probably a court's not going to care about a 5-minute detention, which is why there probably won't be anything from this unless you keep escalating.
I'm not escalating anything. You are.
You did.
Finally, the moment of truth came as the lieutenant arrived on the spot and took the sergeant to the cleaners, who was trying to be overly efficient.
What's going on, man?
Howdy.
How are you?
I am I was doing pretty good.
Okay.
Till I met the sergeant. These two folks are incredibly professional.
Good enough.
He hasn't escalated a single thing. She said she had razzed me breaking into a freaking car. She was very polite at first. Once he escalated, she jumped on the bandwagon. But generally, they've been good.
Okay.
He is a train wreck. How you just treated me was a train wreck. I should say that. I don't know you, Sergeant Marsh, so I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. All right?
Basically, I was told by Officer Delgado that he was actually looking at vehicles, possibly breaking into cars. That's lazy.
He didn't tell me that. He didn't say that's his razz. I said, you got razz, detain me. And he said, you were filming, walking around cars. So
let's go and remove him from the situation, right?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so moving forward, how can we do something for you here? You can
Allow me to
film
go
all
by
you want in the
visit.
back lot.
Thank
You know
you.
what I mean? If you need paperwork, tell me what you need. We'll
All
try
right.
to get it for you. They're going to close pretty soon.
Understood. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm good to go. I'm just here to quietly exercise my rights and not be impeded.
Okay.
And not be detained. We good?
More power to you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Be safe.
Peace. Keep it up, bro.
Now that's what you call de-escalation. The lieutenant calmly dealt with the issue and let the auditor off the hook. I'm sure the sergeant learned a great lesson in law that day and will not disturb law-abiding citizens anytime soon. Well, these officers might have been humbled, but this sheriff was absolutely humiliated as he was arrested right outside his department.
Cody?
What's going on?
I can't tell.
Keep him up there. Come over here, sir. Keep him up there.
Let's go.
Stay out here.
In 2017, Rio Arriba County Sheriff James Lujan helped his friend and former counselor Phil Chalkin evade arrest after a police chase. The cops also found out that Lujan had been abusing his authority. The Santa Fe County Sheriff's deputies obtained a search warrant for the sheriff's phone and surrounded his office.
Search warrant for him or? For the building as well. I have no idea. It's house. But no, just stay here. No, I can't have you enter the scene.
You guys are up, man.
Why are they beating on things?
Let's get him on the opposite side of this truck.
Cody?
Let's go on the
I can't
opposite
tell.
side.
Sir, let's walk over here.
Why is that? Dude, that's messed up.
Let's
Dude.
walk over here.
Sheriff. That's what I'm saying. Let's get him on the opposite side of this truck.
Well, you got Tabitha over there. Not yet. I got the press out here taking pictures of me in handcuffs.
The deputies took no time before making the arrest, but things were about to get from bad to worse for Sheriff Lujan.
Push him around into the doorway. Yeah, push him around into the doorway. At least to the doorway.
Aye. This is ridiculous.
Keep him up there.
Hold on, we have press
Keep
right
him
here.
up there. Come over here, sir. Keep him
Sheriff,
up there.
Sheriff,
Let's go.
What are you
Stop
doing?
me. Stay out here.
Aye.
Ah, Jesus. Really? You don't have to. Just stand. Just stand. Just stand.
Put him on the side of the truck. Put him on the outside of the truck.
It hurts.
They're loose, sir. They're loose.
No, they're not loose.
They're not even.
Sheriff, those are loose. Stick your finger in there. Can you stick your finger in there? Yes, I can. Well, they hurt. Jesus. So, we have two surgeons.
And one is for your iPhone.
Okay.
So I'm going to read a stipulation.
Can you take these handcuffs off? They hurt. They hurt. Am I under arrest?
You're being detained.
Well, yeah. Why do I have to have cuffs on? They hurt.
We'll take them off in a minute. This won't take long.
You have a search warrant for my iPhone. You got my iPhone. You want a search warrant for the building. You're searching the building. I don't know what you're searching for, though.
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
You're not letting me explain this. Let me explain. So on this is signed by a district court judge.
Good.
Okay. Judge Bowman. Okay. First judicial.
Okay.
So this search warrant gives me the authorization to seize your phone. Okay. Search your phone. Okay. But it also gives me the authorization. So what I'm asking for you to do is unlock your phone, unlock it, give it back to me, and I'm going to remove the security settings. I don't want your passcode. I'm not asking for your passcode. I'm asking you to unlock the phone. For the search warrant, you can read it if you want under number 2.
The sheriff was stunned, knowing that handing over his phone would expose his secrets to the world. He tried to evade the search, but soon realized that even he wasn't above the law.
I will if I get a chance to talk to my attorney.
It doesn't work like that.
Marty,
this is not a negotiation.
get off.
This is not a negotiation, Sheriff. This is not a negotiation. I'm telling you, the warrant says it right there. You can talk to your attorney when this is all done. When this is all done, you can call your attorney. But right now, we're trying to get you to comply with the warrant. The warrant stipulates exactly what we want. You give us that, we'll get the phone, we're out of here. That's it.
Right now, I am under arrest. Because I am under arrest. I am in handcuffs. I'm not free to leave. I'm not free to leave? Am I free to leave? No. Then, if I'm under arrest, I have a right to an attorney, correct?
You do.
Okay.
And I'm not questioning you.
I'm invoking my right to an attorney right now. Okay. Do you understand that?
So, take him in.
Book me for
booking. For obstruction.
Book it. I'm not obstructing.
Take him over here to our unit. Take him over here to our unit.
Over here, Sheriff. Over here.
Sheriff. They're gonna book me.
The corrupt sheriff turned the search warrant into an arrest and made matters increasingly difficult for the deputy.
Look,
Stop. Just walk up. Just walk up.
What are you doing? What is this? No, really.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
It's pleasing to see a dishonest sheriff getting arrested for failing to comply with the law, but his fellows didn't feel the same as they tried to intimidate the deputies doing their jobs.
Get everything. I don't want part of it. What do you mean everything? Everything. So this is what we took off this person? You're the one that took it off this person? Took it off this person. Deputy Graves. Well, inventory it before you get it. We're handing it right over to you. Inventory it. Okay, you have to get away from it. Okay.
Right there. I just got that. Show myself at 7, wait 97.
Trying to do everything peacefully. We tried to. Okay? That's all we're doing. We're done here. We're leaving.
Okay, well, get out of here then. You're done. Get out.
We'll leave when we're ready.
You said you were done.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up right now. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. We're doing our law enforcement duties. That's it. District court signed it. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so as soon as we're done, we're going to get out of your hair. Why are you calling everybody here to put them involved?
This is our house.
Well, right now it's ours. Right now it's ours.
Oh, wow. We own the building right now.
Shut up.
Don't talk to me like that.
Shut up.
I don't work for you. Don't talk to me like that.
Shut up.
Easy, easy. Get that and let's go. Are we done in there? Are we done in there? Okay.
Ultimately, the officers got done with it and escorted the sheriff to the police station. Now that's a job well done.
Do we have what we came for?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Then go.
Are we clear? Everybody out? Hey, pull that crime taper out. We're going.
It's closed for now.
I have no idea. Go ask her.
You guys didn't let me in, but you let her in.
I have no idea, sir.
You find nothing?
You go ask her. Well, this is your house. You go ask her.
Oh, no, it's my house.
Yeah, it is now. Because we just gave it back to you.
God.
Next, enjoy the cringeworthy moment when another cop thought he was above the law. But now he's just another example of what happens when you let power go to your head.
What's going on, dude? What's up? What are you guys doing? Okay. You want to hang out here for a second?
Why?
Because I want to talk to you for a second.
Have I committed a crime?
Well, I don't know. Where are you coming from?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
How old are you?
I don't answer questions.
Okay, come here.
Am I being detained?
Yes, you are.
What crime have I committed?
Sit down.
What crime have I committed?
You as well. Have a seat.
What's going on here? What's going on?
Have a seat. Have a seat. Have a seat.
What's going on?
Have a seat.
What crime have I committed?
Okay, so we're investigating a possible crime at Twice Dailies.
Okay.
Where are you guys coming from?
What's the possible crime?
Okay. 453. I'll take a second email.
Without investigating further, Officer Brown put one of the young men in handcuffs, saying that he was looking into a crime. But until then, no real crime had been reported.
Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me? How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Cool. Sounds good. We'll wait for my sergeant to show up.
Somewhere to go.
Stop.
I'm always in a hurry. God damn.
Hey, one, two, three, four. Is it four?
Congrats, you can count.
Three.
I'm glad you
That's a crime Nick.
I'm glad you did.
That's a crime Nick over there. Old one. I got the 4.6 liter. 2 barrel.
Wait, why are you handcuffed?
I don't know. I ain't committed no crime.
Why are you being detained?
That's a great question. What's the issue here?
Well, you tell me why we got a call for you guys.
We were just walking. We ain't do nothing.
For what?
This is a public sidewalk. I ain't committed no crime.
We're on public property and we're walking.
Okay, that's great.
I was trying to
if it's determined that you're not the 2 juveniles we're looking for, you'll be free to go. Okay, but right now we have a call for service.
Yeah, but a call doesn't mean nothing. What have you investigated?
Okay, you're not going to tell me how to do my job and my law.
Well, you're not doing it right because I ain't committed no crime.
How old are you?
How
old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Okay, good for you. Well, when you're an adult, you talk to me about adult things, but right now...
I don't ask questions.
Okay, it's not a question, it's a statement. You watch way too much TikTok and YouTube, don't you?
What you talking about? Always wrong to know my rights, I guess.
I'm not questioning you, I'm just explaining things, but you're going to be a wise guy. Don't really care.
I guess knowing your rights is being wise.
You asked the question, I tried to answer it, but you can be a smart guy at little.
As the young men questioned the officer about the grounds for their detainment and the investigation, the officer started criticizing the man in handcuffs. Shortly afterward, Sergeant Phillips, who was the caller's friend, arrived on the scene.
Where's your car?
I don't ask questions.
You don't ask questions? How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
Look like a juvenile me, right?
What crime have I committed?
Oh, you're already in handcuffs. Perfect. How old are you?
I don't ask questions.
All right. There you go. Under arrest.
For what?
Suspicion of curfew. Till we prove who you are.
Suspicion of curfew?
Yeah.
That's not even me. Suspicion of curfew.
Yeah. You look like you're underage.
So if I told you if I was 21, then it'd be okay.
Then I asked for your ID.
Well, what crime have we committed?
I just answered
It's
that.
not a stop and ID state.
Yeah, Tennessee's not stopping. You can't just go to someone and say, oh, you just look a certain way, so we're going to arrest you.
The officers arrested both young men for breaking Franklin, Tennessee's curfew regulation. On weekdays, the legislation forbids anybody 17 or under from appearing in public between 11 and 5 and 12 to 5 on weekends. However, being legally employed is an exceptional case.
You have anything sharp on you?
I do not consent to searches or seizures.
I understand that.
All right, well, you're violating my rights right now.
Okay, I understand. You know my ID on you? Okay, good for you. You can answer on a juvenile if you're under age of 18.
We're under arrest for being suspicion of...
Never still under arrest.
Under arrest for being suspicion of...
Never still under arrest.
Oh.
Did I?
What does it look like to you?
Why are we
am I free to go?
You tell me, street lawyer.
Are we being detained?
Yes, we're being detained. We have committed no crime.
Upon examining the men's IDs, the officers realized they were both of legal age. At that point, the cops should have apologized and removed the handcuffs before releasing the individuals. But that's not what happened.
Guess we don't live in America no more. It's a pure tyrannical state. You must obey the government. You are not free to walk the streets. What are we doing here, officers? What are we doing here?
We'll let you know. We're the ones that are in charge right now. If you couldn't
That's
tell.
all I'm at.
Yeah.
They're just good detainers, man. Wasting, you're wasting my time. I ain't breaking no law.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat, man.
Let's go. Have a seat next to your friend right here.
Oh,
there you go.
They're getting physical. They're getting physical.
Listen.
I'm helping you down.
Sorry, man. I got bad legs.
Okay, I'm helping you down. So. Oh my God.
Dude, he's got a hernia. You gotta wash out, bro. You got medical conditions.
Okay. Good for you guys. Yeah.
Somewhere to beat. I'm always in on her.
We'll get another full FIM for the harassment call from there. We can prove they're overage and they can go home.
Oh, so they haven't broken any laws, is what I'm hearing?
You do realize that while you two guys are screwing around wasting our goddamn time,
I'm not doing nothing. You came up to us. We was minding our own business.
I just got off a long shift and I'm trying to go for a walk. Okay, so go home and stop bothering people because
you're not bothering
you're
no one.
wasting our time.
Why do you think we're back here? Well, you're not, because your car is illegally parked on somebody's private property that's closed because you were just in your car. You understand how easy this would have been had you just answered my questions in the first place?
But that's the thing, though. I live in America. I don't have to bow down to everything y'all say. I don't got to do whatever you say. I'm a free citizen. I am breaking no laws. I'm a free citizen.
While the other cops persisted in criticizing the young men, Sergeant Phillips decided to talk with his friend, who had reported the incident involving the two boys.
Are we free to go?
Nope. That's why handcuffs are on you.
They violate no rights.
I feel as though my rights are being infringed upon.
I don't mean to be rude, but like, do you guys have like medical, psychological problems, anything like that?
Yeah, I actually have a hiatal hernia. It's severe.
No, like anything that would like actually make you guys act so strange and
I don't know. I just work a lot, so I like to take walks at night.
Okay.
Get outside, you know.
Despite their consistent defense, the officers kept insisting that the two guys had committed a crime. The police completely disregarded the fact that no actual crime was reported. The only things that had been reported were loud music and disruptive behavior.
The real crime is that you're wearing mismatched socks and the fact that you two have been rambling here for the last 15 minutes.
The real crime is that you came over here to detain me when I did nothing wrong.
The real crime is you're wasting everybody's time.
You wasted my time. My time more valuable than your time.
It's not, because
you on the clock and you violate my rights.
The public pays for us to service them, and when you two
and you're not servicing no one. Who you servicing?
Tax money.
Who are you
pay a lot of
servicing?
tax money working at Costco.
Who are you servicing?
It's
still tax money.
Who are you servicing?
America thanks you for your service at Costco. Okay?
America doesn't thank you for your service. You're a disgrace.
I don't work at Costco.
Well, one of you does. Your little name tag right there.
Little name tag. They got it for little, man.
Well, it is little, so.
Hey, bro, that's why that might be what she says to you. But I know what she said to me.
You know, people at Costco make like,
what's his name?
What's up, your boyfriend? What's his name?
What's 60 to 100K a year at Costco?
What's that?
You know they make like 60 to 100K a year at Costco if you're there for a while.
Well, money's not the point. The point is that we're here. Like, see that?
Well, you talk about that taxpayer money.
They're servicing the public. Fire department's going to a call right now.
Yeah, and you know why no one hates the fire department? Because the fire department's
to make adult decisions.
To walk up the side of the road.
Walking on the sidewalk is not illegal.
Is that not an adult's decision to make? As adults, we don't have the decision to make the walk on the sidewalk.
I guess being a free citizen is no longer a thing.
Seems like we in a kind of tyrannical state right now, since we in handcuffs are walking on the side of the road.
Do y'all body camera?
I don't answer questions.
No, but you got to.
I don't answer questions.
Nah, you got to.
Name and badge number? Name and badge number? Is it not in your policy?
No, you have to do it now.
Okay, so you're violating two of our rights and you not following policy. Is that what I'm heard?
Incorrect.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Phillips was unable to meet with his friend at the gas station as he was not around, so he inquired with an employee about the details of the car's drivers and what exactly happened.
Do you want them trespassed from here? Okay. If they're harassing y'all, they're up here, they're street lawyers and don't understand why we're getting out with them and why they have to ID themselves, and they just parked at the business back here that's closed. And
yeah, I was in the bathroom. Tyler told me they've been here for about an hour, so I went over there and I told them they need to get their gas. This isn't a hangout spot. They need to leave. And they started calling obscene names.
Fair enough. I figured when I was up here heating up my food, they spend about 5-10 minutes on the candy aisle, so I figured they're either trying to buy beer or trying to buy smokes and weren't old enough.
Oh, they weren't getting it.
They look like they're about 16.
They weren't getting it anyway.
Alrighty.
After searching their car and finding no evidence against them, Sergeant Phillips eventually freed the men, saying that since they were of legal age, they could not be arrested under Franklin, Tennessee regulations.
We'll cut you out of here because we now know that you're not out after curfew, but you are banned from the dailies. You were harassing the clerk. That's the reason we got out with you as well. Because he asked you to leave and you gave him a bunch of lip and stuff like that. Oh, any other questions?
No, sir.
How about you?
Name and badge number?
Phillips.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, you dismissed.
Wishful thinking.
Freaking
fine. Yeah.
Oh, sir, that looked ball as fuck.
Despite the clear violation of civil rights, the harsh truth is that proving damages may be challenging. The young guys were held and handcuffed for about 30 minutes, but without concrete evidence or significant harm, their chances of obtaining compensation were slim. However, sometimes police officers evade consequences after violating citizens' rights.
You're in public.
You're standing inches from me. You are the sheriff of this county. You took an oath to uphold the Constitution. You're not going to have a civil conversation?
Veteran First Amendment auditor Sean Paul Reyes decided to conduct an audit of the Limestone County Sheriff's Office. As he was filming the outskirts of the building, a deputy rolled over, trying to intimidate him.
Who are you? And your name? I'm sorry? I can't hear you.
What are you doing?
I'm just taking some pictures and video of the facility.
Why?
For my own personal use. What are you doing?
A guy out here trying to film the jail.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I was going to go to lunch.
You were going to go to lunch? Don't let me stop you.
You're not stopping me.
Yeah, you're not detained, or you're free to go to get your lunch. There's... Okay.
The deputy didn't have much to say, but it was obvious that he didn't like being filmed. Moments later, he returned to Sean, his attitude taking a nosedive.
I'm sorry, sir, I can't hear you. Your truck is very loud.
You don't have my permission to use my likeness in your film.
I don't have your permission to use your likeness?
Yeah, you're not using my image on your film.
Well, we're in public. You have security cameras here.
Name?
Well, my name is Sean.
Sean what?
Just Sean.
Sean, you gotta have a last name.
Just Sean, sir.
My attorney's gonna need it.
Your attorney's gonna need it? I'm sure he'll find me.
Not on your camera, I'm not.
You are in public. This is a public place. We're in public. You have security cameras here filming me.
What I'm saying is I don't know what you're doing.
I would appreciate it if you backed away from me. I would appreciate that. Just back away.
But what I can say...
I would appreciate it if you backed away from me.
You're in public.
You're standing inches from me. Back away.
You're in public.
Back away, officer. De-escalate. Get back in your truck and go have your lunch. Go enjoy your lunch. This is not what you want to do.
What's the name of your YouTube page?
I wonder why these tyrants are so against transparency when there's nothing illegal or suspicious about it. The deputy's petty behavior escalated as Sean tried to de-escalate the situation.
You want to go to lunch. That's what you want to do. You don't want to do this. There's no reason for it. You thought you were going to intimidate me coming up on me like that. Didn't work, did it? Didn't back up an inch. Now please back up and de-escalate. Or go get your supervisor. Can you call a supervisor? Because this guy is trying to intimidate me. You intimidate those guys in there. You ain't going to intimidate me. You intimidate them because they're in handcuffs and they're in cells. I'm not in either one of those right now.
Sean had yet to meet an officer here who wouldn't escalate and take things by the law. As he attempted to enter the lobby, resistance greeted him once more.
Absolutely disgusting.
video inside.
This is a public lobby.
Do not videotape in this building.
I'm here to get a complaint form since you don't want to take my complaint.
Complaint form is right down here at dispatch.
This is not a public lobby?
If you need a complaint form, go to dispatch.
Okay, but this is a public lobby, correct? I don't consent to using my likeness on your security camera footage, just so you know. So this is just the visitor center, guys. We're not going to be intimidated by these tyrants. Hey, Sergeant.
Concerned. Something wrong, or?
Sergeant Moore, no, it was just, my name is Sean. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just taking some B-roll footage of the facility here. I'm working on a story, the county facility here. And while I was doing that, some correctional officers approached me. One in particular, he got in my face, tried to intimidate me. And, you know, I just wanted to file a complaint against that correctional officer.
Okay, you'll have to say that with their supervisor. I'm a patrol sergeant.
Right.
That's going to be a...
Right, the supervisor just ignored me. He saw it happen. Like I said, he got like right in my face, like inches from my face.
Okay. Which supervisor did you speak to with corrections?
I believe it was Sergeant Smith.
Sergeant Smith?
Sean talked to this deputy, who was much more cordial and was willing to listen at least. As directed, he went outside to look for a complaint form, but was stunned by the receptionist's answer.
We don't have complaint forms. You can talk to somebody and file a complaint.
Right, so there's no form that exists to file a complaint against a correctional officer?
Not at my office, no.
Not at your office?
No.
Where is the main sheriff's department?
So this is the main sheriff's department. The front office is just around the front.
I find it really just mind-boggling that there's not a form.
So the complaint starts if you have an issue with a deputy or a corrections officer, you talk to their supervisor, you go over with them, and then if there's anything to the complaint, the supervisor will then do a written counseling with the person you have the complaint on if there is any kind of violation of policy.
Right.
So there's not a form that I know of for you to fill out. However, when you speak to the supervisor, if there was a violation of policy or some kind of unethical conduct, the supervisor can then do a written counseling or a written disciplinary with the person, and it goes in their personnel file.
Are you with the Limestone County Sheriff's Office?
Yes.
Just a quick question for you.
Okay.
I was told that there doesn't exist complaint forms to file a complaint against a deputy or a correctional officer in this case. Do you know that
not a form?
Like a form, like a complaint form, like somebody comes into the sheriff's department and says, "Hey, I want to file a complaint against deputy so and so."
Sure.
You just speak to a supervisor. There's no form you fill out.
Yeah. So, not that I know. There's not, because I'm just patrol deputy.
Okay.
If you do want to make a complaint, you can just call up here Monday through Friday and report it to our captain.
Okay. Just mind-boggling to me. I've been to police departments all across the country, and everybody has a complaint form. So
there could be one,
right?
But not to my
no,
knowledge.
but your sergeant told me there wasn't one, so I'm going to take his word for it.
Sir.
Tyrant deputies who can't handle a camera. No complaint forms in sight. Just when you think this department can't get any worse, the sheriff shows up and reveals why all the deputies have been acting so bizarrely.
Hey, Josh.
Thank you for requesting to talk with me.
Yes.
The sheriff?
Yes, sir. I would love to speak to you.
So you got a complaint?
Yeah, so I was out here just taking some pictures and video. I was very cordial to everybody who came into contact with me. And an officer Rupp said, "What are you doing?" I told him what I was doing. I was taking some pictures and video. I told him my name is Sean. I don't provide any other identifying information other than that, but Officer Rupp became very aggressive, got out of his vehicle. He was supposed to go to lunch. He says, "Hey, I'm going to lunch." I said, "All right, so go to lunch. Have a nice lunch, officer." He gets right into my face, literally an inch from my face, inches from my face. I'm not here to harass anybody. I'm not here to try and do anything criminal in nature. I'm here to exercise my rights.
Can you show me the video of what happened?
Sure, I can show you the video, no problem. I can show it to you.
Real quick and I'll discuss it.
Okay, I'll show it to you. Hold on.
The sheriff demands to see the video, and just when Sean thinks he might get a fair solution, the sheriff drops a hilariously absurd remark.
Here's the deal, man. You're welcome to film and do everything. All right. I know what you're here for. You may get some reaction out of people. I'm gonna go talk to them and let them know that you can be here and you can do this. It's just part of it. But as long as you don't start harassing no one or sticking it up anybody's face, I don't care, man. You're welcome to be here. So.
Right.
But
what do you?
Talk with him.
Right. So I'm not looking for anybody to harass me. I'm not looking for anybody to intimidate me.
But are you trying? You're trying to provoke a reaction out of people. So
Well, you just watched. You just watched the video.
But he didn't do anything illegal, did he?
It's very concerning that you are the sheriff of this county, and you don't. You could say he didn't do anything illegal.
He didn't.
He didn't do anything illegal. Well, I would consider it harassment, so I would consider it illegal. I would consider it illegal. If I did that to you, if I walked up to you, so if it's not illegal, I can walk up to you and get in your face, right?
Yeah, you don't bother me, but you're not going to do to other people.
Okay, but I didn't do it to him. He came up to me. You saw the video, Sheriff.
I will go and I will talk to him.
But you saw the video. I was nowhere near him.
You're free to be out here, film, record, take pictures, whatever you want to do.
Right.
If you get a provoked reaction out of what you're trying to look for, you can't go complaining, but he didn't do anything illegal. I will address it with him. But other than that,
but what about recording? Recording is provoking anybody, Sheriff? Just recording in and of itself is not provoking.
Right here today.
My goal is to peacefully exercise my rights and to see how our public servants, including yourself, Sheriff,
see if you can provoke
to see how they react to us engaging in a constitutionally protected activity. It's scary to me. You took an oath. You are the sheriff of this county. You took an oth to uphold the Constitution.
I've told you what
You're not going to have a civil conversation because one of your. It is. I'm not being argumentative. You're saying that I'm here provoking people, but you're not taking accountability for your officers who tried to provoke me and intimidate me. Shameless behavior, Sheriff.
However, this next set of officers escalated the situation, ending up in a series of wrongful arrests. Little did they know how heavy this would end up costing them.
Northbound on West Boulevard, I have my lights on, going through a couple intersections between Lorraine and Madison. I'm explaining to my partner, I'm giving him a scenario. I tell him, this is a gun run. What would you do in a gun run? He starts going out, well, I'd get out of the car, I'd be in a certain stance, and I stopped him at that point. I said, this is a gun run. Be prepared for the worst case scenario. I tell him, have your gun unholstered already on your lap. Okay. He says, okay. And then, so as we're still proceeding northbound on West Boulevard, I explained to him that we're going to go in through the back way because it puts us right by the swings. Okay. And the back way is like West 100 by the fire station. Okay.
Officer Frank Garnback was called in for an interview. The officers knew from the beginning that the suspect was carrying a gun. They later revealed that they never heard from the dispatch that he might be a juvenile. Despite this, they should have parked the car across from him and ordered him to give up. However, they just barged in and foolishly confronted him directly.
So as we get to Madison Avenue, I go eastbound on Madison to West 100, I go northbound. Okay. As I turn on northbound onto West 100, you can just clear shot into the park. I can see that there's nobody on the swing. I can see somebody in the pavilion. Can't make out anything until I get closer.
Pavilion is the gazebo area that's smaller.
Yes. It's right next to the swing. It's almost adjacent to it. Okay. As I get closer to the dead end, there's a sidewalk. You can go right up into the park. As I get up into that sidewalk, I can see the camouflage hat. I can see the gray coat and black sleeves. I said, there's the guy. So I start going up that way. I can see the guy stand up. He starts coming, he went like westbound for a few steps out of the pavilion, and he started proceeding northbound, like he's gonna run. So I drive the zone car through the grass and up and over, and as I'm driving through there, following, I keep telling my rookie, I go, he's gonna run. Be prepared, he's gonna run. As I get closer and closer, the kid stops and turns and faces us. At this time, I can hear Patrolman Lohman yelling, show me your hands, show me your hands, show me your hands. I can see through here the kid reaching, pulling.
Officer Garnback couldn't control his emotions as he told the story of this incident. It was indeed very vicious how Officer Lohman had ended the kid's life.
I didn't know it was a kid. I could see him pulling the gun out of his waistband. I don't know if I was in the car or out of the car. I can still see him through the window. I hear 2 shots.
How many shots?
I think 2.
2. Okay.
I then run around the car, I can see the suspect down, and I can see right by him. There's like a handgun, a foot or two away from his hand. I go running up to it. I kick the gun out of the way. I'm letting dispatch know that we have a male down, gunshot wound. We need EMS. We need a boss.
The story kept getting more emotional as moments after being the boy's sister came running onto the scene as well. The officers, still unaware of what had happened, were having difficulty dealing with it.
He says no, he thinks he just twisted his ankle. I'm still looking at this kid. He's reaching still. We're telling him, show me your hands, show me your hands. I know I kicked a gun away, but I'm not sure what he's still doing. And then he lifts his shirt up, and I think he went to show me his wound. Okay. At this time, I hear yelling and screaming coming from behind me. I look, and it's a girl coming out of Cadell Rec. She's saying, "You shot my brother. You shot my brother." So at this time, I know there's nothing on this kid. He's just laying there with no weapon. The weapon's far away from him. I go over to stop this girl from coming over here by him. I don't want her to see him. I don't want nothing going on over here. I try to grab her, and she slides to the ground. Meantime, Patrolman Loman comes over by me, and an off-duty comes out of Cadell Rec.
The EMS took forever to arrive, and Rice was having a hard time breathing. That's when the officer took on the role of a paramedic.
While he's doing this, the kid's airways not doing real good. He tells me I have to put on a glove and put pressure here. I put on a glove, I'm putting pressure there, applying pressure. He's talking to the kid's looking at him, he's not saying much.
Is he saying anything?
No, nothing at all.
That you recall? Okay.
No, he's maybe moans.
Okay.
I can see that it's not looking good. I'm applying pressure. We got to roll him. We roll him. We checking for exit wounds. There's no exit wounds. We roll him back. He's asking, FBI agents asking if we have any blankets, any pads, anything in our car. I tell him, no, we don't. We have nothing. I get on radio. I'm telling them, speed it up, speed it up. And they don't. I mean, don't seem nothing's going on. Hold on.
Take your time.
I can see this kid's eyes rolling in the back of his head. He's barely breathing, and there's no rescue squad here.
Garnback appeared visibly hurt from what he had seen. To be fair to him, he wasn't the one who fired the shots. Moments later, the cops also interrogated the actual killer, Officer Loman.
The male matched the exact description that radio gave us: the camouflage hat, the gray sweatshirt with black sleeves, and it was a black male. And the male, was sitting there, and then he turns around and notices our zone car, approaching him. The male immediately stands up, and he grabs a gun off the table and shoves it in his waistband.
Okay, but how far do you think you were away from him at that point?
I would say, at that point, I knew he had a gun, so I opened the door slightly ajar, and I had presented my weapon, and I started screaming verbal commands. Put your hands in the air, put your hands in the air, let me see your hands, freeze, put your hands in the air. I said numerous times out loud, and I presented my gun, through the window, so,
Is your window down?
It was closed, I believe, not 100%, I believe it was closed. Okay. But I had the door slightly ajar open, and I was, making sure my gun could be seen by the male, so he knew that, this was not a joke, that we were serious,
Unlike the other officer, Loman had no remorse and never once apologized for what he did. It was also discovered that he had been declared emotionally unstable and unfit for duty in his previous job as a police officer. He did not disclose this information to the Cleveland Police Department before joining and was hired without any background check.
The subject was already facing our zone car.
So he turns to you?
He turns to us as, we're almost at a stop, I would say, a near stop. And as he's turning, he looks at me, he lifts up his shirt, and he takes his other hand and reaches down and begins to pull up a weapon, a black gun. Now, at this time, I'm pushing the door open and trying to exit the vehicle, Now, the vehicle could have still been moving at a very slow speed because I believe we were sliding a little bit because of the debris, and the subject, had the gun like so, in like the abdomen area, almost raised, and I fired 2 shots, and then I attempted to take cover and move, and in the process of taking cover, I believe I twisted my ankle and slipped and fell, and I was on the ground. But when I returned upward, I was leaning on the cruiser because my leg hurt. I was at the back of the cruiser, the rear end, but I couldn't stand because I had injured my ankle. And then my partner, and what I see when I stand back up is the black male was down. My partner had his gun drawn and he was shouting verbal commands, "Let me see your hands, let me see your hands." Now the male wasn't complying right away with his hands, he was still moving them.
Where was he at this point?
He was on the ground, laying on the ground, on the cement portion of the gazebo.
It's bizarre to think that 2 armed police officers reacted so casually to a threat of a person carrying a gun. This incident underscores a critical issue within law enforcement, a lack of understanding and application of de-escalation tactics. It raises concerns about the training and mentality of officers who, in this case, acted as if they were killers in uniform rather than protectors of the community.
Once I got up, I began, yelling commands again, "Let me see your hands," because like I said, he was still moving his hands. And then once the male decided to, stop moving, my partner approached and kicked what looked like a 1911 model pistol, a handgun, black handgun, and then we approached and observed the male. He pulled up his shirt, to show that the gun was removed. Like, he didn't say anything, he was just pulling up his shirt, and it also exposed the wound to the upper abdomen. And I'm not sure the order of the sequence, but my partner did render aid, and I was observing the scene 360 for other threats.
After hearing his entire story, which he vaguely remembered, one of the investigators questioned him about the gun that Rice was carrying, as it was a critical incident. Once again, the crazy cop narrated the painful incident without any trouble.
Say it's with his right hand?
I believe it was with his right hand. One hand had the shirt, and the other was reaching down in his waistband and pulling up.
So you see his hand on the weapon?
Yes, yeah.
Where at on the weapon?
Like in a grip on the, the grip of the gun.
And then can you see the gun coming out?
He was pulling it upward towards his abdomen.
All right, and at that point is when you're out of the car and you fire 2 rounds?
2 rounds, yes.
And why'd you fire 2?
I fired 2, and I also wanted to get out of the position that I was in because I was trapped in the doorway. And if I was fired upon, like, I couldn't go backwards, I couldn't go forward or left because the door, I was trapped in the door. So the only exit option I had was to retreat to the back of the cruiser, and even that was kind of like a far retreat given the how close we were to them. But so I was able to lunge over to the area, but like I said, I hurt myself, and I was able to get behind the cruiser for cover. But at that time, when I stood up, the subject was already on the ground.
The detectives were also puzzled by how the officer couldn't distinguish between a real gun and a toy. When they asked him this question, his response was, once again, quite disheartening.
I'm a gun collector. I have multiple guns at home. I read on weapons. I follow history. I can identify guns, fairly easily. I read magazines. I'm a hunter, so I'm well-rounded with weapons. I can recognize weapons, and to me, it looked like like a military-issued Colt 1911 model gun, which is a larger 45 caliber weapon.
And with your experience of guns and collecting and reading everything, what did that gun look like to you?
It looked like a Colt 1911 model 45 caliber.
A BB gun?
No, it did not look like a BB gun.
It was a gun.
It was, yes, it was a gun.
Okay.
At the time I noticed that it was a BB gun is when Frank kicked it over and the magazine fell out. And when I did move myself from the back of his own car to approach, the victim and where the gun was, then I noticed the magazine did not contain .45 caliber rounds. It appeared that it would be more suitable to contain like BBs.
Immediately after this interview, the FBI also got involved with the investigation, and Officer Lohman was fired from the department. However, the officials found the officer's actions reasonable as they justified the death of the young boy. However, Rice's family filed a civil rights lawsuit against the city and the police department, and the city had to pay them $6 million. However, this isn't the last time an entitled cop was caught breaking the law. On May 3rd, 2024, a veteran Miami-Dade police detective drove his SUV while drunk and crashed it into his colleague's marked police car. Soon after, he was arrested and multiple officers arrived to handle the situation.
Secure that. Got you.
And can you confirm that this is the correct vehicle?
Just stand there. I got you. You okay? Okay. I want you to sit up for me. I want you to pull over here and I want you to sit against the wall.
Verify that you pay so I can update your fire. Is it still in one lane or is it on 2 street?
43-year-old Victor Montalvo had had too much to drink as he couldn't even sit properly. He was having trouble balancing himself, and soon the cops took him away, confiscating his gun in the process.
I don't have my handheld on my car.
He went over to tell the police that he had drunk too much. The cops managed to handle the situation, which could have been even more troubling.
They were doing, I guess, working the road. Who he hit? Hit him. You okay?
And this is
Okay, stay here, girl. We gotta take our 39. Woo! Got it?
He was given 2 traffic criminal citations, and he pleaded not guilty to both of them. He was later relieved of duty. If you think this was intense, the actions of the next entitled police officer will leave you stunned.
Saved my life.
On November 22nd, 2021, a couple of officers from the Kansas City Police Department responded to a call about a person standing in the middle of the road and pointing up at the sky. As the officer got out of the car and approached him, chaos erupted and things got ugly pretty quickly.
What? Hey, relax. Okay, buddy. Yeah, I'm good. I think I got hit in the toe. Go free. 1038. Officer, 1038. You saved my life.
Coming.
Excuse me, man.
This officer just completely lost his mind. But next up, we have an even worse case of a tyrant cop who ruined his career in a moment.
Absolute 2 Golf 10. We're going to be on 200 East, about 600 North. Hi.
Hey.
How you doing?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
Good. We had a call about a disturbance here.
There's no disturbance here. I'm not here. We're just talking.
Okay. Well, it looks like you're...
We haven't yelled or nothing.
Looks like you're trying to talk to someone that doesn't want to talk.
No, he had his window down. We've been talking. We had some house stuff to talk about and stuff, and we're just talking. He's just keeping warm, I reckon. I don't know. I didn't ask him to get out.
Well, his window was rolled up. That's weird.
Well, you weren't here the whole time because his window wasn't rolled up. He rolled it up when he turned on his heater. But
She's leaving and I'm going.
We're not. There's no disturbance.
Officer Jean Joubert arrived on the scene and basically jumped to the worst conclusion, although the woman tried her best to explain.
So are you doing okay?
Oh, good. I'm good. Good. I'm just going in and she's leaving. So.
Yeah, we were just talking about some stuff.
Was there somebody else here? Because I'm confused now.
I am too. We didn't hear anything. Nobody yelled.
Maybe you yelling through my window or something.
No, I was not yelling.
Talking loud, excuse me.
No, I was talking just like that. I wasn't talking loud.
What's your name?
Monty.
No, we haven't talked. I talk like this.
Are you guys ex?
Yeah.
Ex-wife? Okay.
So we still have some.
Who's the landlord?
Jeremy?
Any idea why he'd be calling?
Maybe she was yelling through the window.
No, but maybe I don't know. Monty, I was not yelling. And
Well, I had the window closed. Maybe.
No, I was talking. This is as loud as I talk, so you can call that loud. Maybe tell him.
How
to
far
come
out
out
are
here.
you? Considering how puzzled both were, it's obvious that for some reason the landlord had called 911.
And he hadn't even. We don't have any issue. We were just talking about.
Can I just talk to you inside later in just a sec?
Sure.
Excellent, thanks.
Sure.
Okay. No, I was just leaving. We were just talking. That's all we were doing. We're not arguing. We're not mad.
Okay.
Nothing.
Can you take your hands out of your pockets for me?
Well, you're cold.
Can you just keep them out of your pockets, please?
No, I don't have. You don't feel? I don't have anything in my pockets. Well, don't be silly.
Why don't you settle down a little bit, okay? It's something I do for my safety.
If somebody comes up and harassing you, you would get a little like, "Why are you harassing me? I didn't do nothing wrong." So
who's harassing you?
It feels like harassment.
I'm just asking you what's going on. I need you to stay here.
Greta was aware of her Fourth Amendment rights very well by refusing an unlawful search request by this corrupt cop. By this point, Greta was getting more anxious and concerned.
There's for crying out loud.
Okay.
Now you're exaggerating.
I need you to settle down.
There is no.
Based on the information I got, based on the information I was given.
You're not in power over anybody.
I'm about to put you in handcuffs if you don't stop.
No, you're not putting me in handcuffs.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
So let me tell you what the call was.
Wrong. I've done nothing
Let me tell you what the report was.
I don't care what the report was. He just told you we weren't doing anything, and we are the two people involved.
While still being entirely, she gives the story to the cop straight, having to put her foot down, something this tyrant didn't like for one bit, threatening to handcuff her.
You were being disorderly out in front of the house.
That's a lie.
That you were shouting at him.
No shouting.
And that you were not letting him get out of the car.
Never did. I was just standing there talking. We were just talking. He never said, move, I'm going to get out of the car. He had the heater on. He turned it off. He started the car back, and we were just talking.
Okay.
And I was leaving. We were about, I gave him a piece of mail that came to the house that he needed. And then we started talking about, we got to sell the house. And we were talking about pricing and just different things.
Can you just stand still, please?
Don't tell me how to move. You're not God.
I just asked you to please stand still.
I asked you to quit bossing me around. I'm not doing nothing wrong.
I asked you. I'm not bossing.
You know what you're doing, sir. You know what you're doing.
I asked you to stand still,
You know
please.
what you're doing. Stop.
Will you please?
Your ego is out of control.
I said
stop.
please. Will you please just settle down?
Doing anything wrong.
We were having a perfectly fine conversation.
Yeah. Me and Monty, did he tell you there was no problem? Did I tell you no problem?
Well, people.
And we didn't see anybody.
So I need to speak to people separately when it's a domestic violence possible issue.
Okay, I'm going.
Stop. You're under arrest. Okay, you're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You are under arrest.
I'm not doing nothing.
Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting.
Her anxiety was peaking at this point, and the controlling nature of the tyrant made her merely walk away. As a response, this tyrant wasted no time in arresting her, turning this peaceful situation into a mess in a split second.
I'm not doing nothing.
Stop resisting.
I'm not doing nothing.
Stop resisting.
Just stop right now.
Stop resisting.
Okay,
Put your hands behind your back.
I am. Stop
Put your
right
hands
now.
behind your back.
Stop right now.
Yes,
Stop.
expedite
You're
now.
out. No, you're lying.
Put your hands behind your back.
No,
Put your hands behind your back.
I didn't do nothing, sir.
Put your other hand behind
Please
your back.
Stop. Please
your
don't make
other
this
hand-
something it's not.
Put your hand
I had
behind your
shoulder
back.
surgery. Will you stop?
Put your other hand behind your back
I
then.
didn't do nothing.
Put your other hand behind your back.
Listen, stop. Just stop right now. Stop.
Behind you.
You are harassing me. Please stop.
Put your hand behind your back.
I'm not doing nothing. I don't have a weapon.
Put your hand behind your
I'm
back.
not doing nothing wrong.
Put your hand behind your
Ow,
back.
you hit my head. Please
Put
stop.
your hand behind
I'm
your
not
back.
doing nothing
Put
wrong.
your hand behind your back.
Greta eventually begged the cop to have a little mercy. However, at this point, this officer had made up his mind on brutality.
Put your hand
You know what?
behind your
I
back.
didn't do it.
Put your hand behind your back.
Ow! Ow! That hurt!
Put your hand behind your back.
He's hit me! He's hit me!
On your back.
He's hit me!
Roll over.
He
Roll
just
over.
hit me in the
Roll
face!
over. Put your hand.
Christ.
Roll over.
I didn't do nothing! I didn't do nothing! I did nothing! He hit me in the face!
Okay.
He hit me in the face!
Stop.
He hit me in the face, please!
Stop.
All I did was walk off! That's all I did!
Yeah.
That's all I did! I didn't do nothing!
Stop. We'll figure it
I
out.
did not do nothing! He hit me in the face like 3 times!
By this point, another officer enters the scene and takes over, but the damage was already done by Joubert. This clearly indicates that Officer Joubert had in fact assaulted Greta multiple times, not just what can be seen on the body cam footage.
You got a lawsuit! You bug! You cannot do that to somebody! I didn't do nothing! I did nothing! Get the medical here! Get medical here! Right now! Right now! He busted my car! He busted my car! I didn't even move my hand! I didn't do anything!
Even whilst in pain and suffering on the cold concrete floor, Greta knew that her only way to fight this injustice was to file a lawsuit. This is exactly what she went on to do, filing a $1 million lawsuit against Officer Joubert, alleging that he violated her constitutional rights by using excessive force when he arrested her. She also argued that she had committed no crime. At this point, Joubert went over to talk to the landlord.
Officers, I'm so sorry.
Are you the
About that.
owner then?
Yes.
Okay. Where is Monty?
Monty was in his.
Yeah, he was when I got here.
Jeep. Oh, okay.
Where did he? Is he inside?
live? He lives in the back.
Of which one?
The entrance. The entrance. Let me grab my shoes real quick. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. So what did you see happening?
So I pulled in, came home. I'll give you just a brief background and then tell you what I saw. I got home. Well, the brief background is-
He's friendly for all I know. Like he was fine with me.
Okay. And we've had no issue. Monty's been great. He's a good neighbor. He's a good tenant. He's good. From all accounts, she provokes him.
Uh-huh.
You know, if ever, you know, there's been a couple times where there's been kind of a dispute outdoors, and she really rides him pretty hard.
Uh-huh.
But so she comes. He's made it clear. He's told me she's not welcome, and that I'm welcome to ask her to leave.
The landlord gave his side of the entire issue, recounting past incidents that none of these cops had ever witnessed before.
Okay. He got home from work, and he had no way to get her to leave, and so he started locking this outdoor door, and it goes down the stairs to another door. So since she couldn't talk to him through the door here, she's been coming to his window wells on the side and yelling at him through his window wells. And so that's where several times over the last few months, I mean, it's almost been on a weekly basis, I'll get a complaint from a neighbor because they can hear her yelling at him. And so probably 3 weeks ago, I came out. One time she was yelling at him down her window well, or down his window well, and I said, hey, what's going on here? You know, and I confronted her and asked her.
When was this?
This was about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Defensive and angry with me at first. And it took about 5-10 minutes of her really challenging me. You know, what am I doing? Who's complaining? What's, you know, and obviously I didn't tell her the neighbor. But just said, look, you know, I really don't have a problem that you're here as long as you're welcome and you're civil. But when my neighbors are complaining, we have a problem. And if I have to involve the police, or, you know, basically kind of warned her, right? And it got better. She still came around a few times after that, but she was a little quieter. And then the last couple weeks, I've had a few more complaints.
Have we been here in the last couple weeks?
No.
It appears the landlord is more concerned with Greta than her ex, Monty, is. If Monty doesn't feel the need to call 911 on her, it's unclear what crime she has actually committed. As the questioning of the landlord continues, Monty walks out.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Brian? Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah. So
It goes too far sometimes.
Just so you know the circumstances, I had a neighbor text me again, and I was like, I felt like I've got.
We just want to get a statement from you guys separately before, because things kind of escalated. So. Do you have any cameras here or anything?
I don't. I wish I did. I've got a ring that I need to install.
Were you watching what happened?
No. I saw you come here, and
okay.
I almost wanted to point you around the corner. I should have.
Well, yeah, it was really weird, because looking at the map and it says 207, 238, and then I'm like, okay, it's over here.
It's a 650 North address. I have to come into my garage. She was standing there at Monty's door. Talking
at his car
to
door?
him at his car door. She was standing at his car door. And so my immediate thought, you know, and this is something I don't know what the facts are, but was that she's got him pinned in his car and he's not getting out because he's trying to avoid confrontation. And
was his window up or down?
Up.
So the landlord took the liberty for everyone involved to alert the police for Greta simply talking to Monty. It's still no wonder how the landlord assumes something like this, considering he admits himself to not knowing the facts.
So this has been over months, and I have some text history.
Can I see that text, and can I get that neighbor's info?
Yeah.
That's what I just did too. Can you?
Oh, we got the whole crew.
There's an upstairs.
Wow.
There's an upstairs neighbor.
Up here?
That heard. Will you get a statement from her?
Yeah.
Actually, can we have you guys do witness statements?
What's that?
Just basically, you sign your name saying, yeah, this is what happened. Okay. Will you get statement 3, one for him, and then her upstairs?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
For someone who is being harassed and bullied by their ex on a weekly basis, Monty sure does seem more than cheery around the police. Further adding to the facts that 911 was alerted about an incident which didn't even come close to being an actual crime. Nevertheless, it doesn't stop these corrupt cops from building their case and charging her with interfering with an arresting officer, a Class B misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct. However, these charges were dismissed by the Bountiful City prosecutor only a month later. Following these disturbing events, Greta filed a federal lawsuit, and the Bountiful Police Department had taken notice of this event as well. In a formal hearing concerning allegations that Joubert had violated several department policies during the arrest, Chief Edward Beeler issued a written reprimand, finding that Joubert striking Greta Jensen in the face was unreasonable and unnecessary. Jensen said Bountiful offered her a $20,000 settlement, but she turned it down after she was advised the city was lowballing her. Therefore, her case remains ongoing. If you think that the police just abuse those citizens who may be doing something unlawful, this next case follows the case of a completely lawful activity which these tyrants turned into a crime.
Go outside.
No, sir. This is a public lobby. I'm doing legal business, sir.
You have been told 3 times not to
and
come.
I'm waiting
Listen,
for
look at me.
And I've been told by the commissioner that if I have legal business, I can come in this office, sir.
In this case, we follow the account of Annapolis Audit, who visited the Maryland Capitol Police Department to file a complaint, which is a completely normal and legal activity for inside a police station.
Hi, can I help you? Yep. So I was here a couple weeks ago, and I turned this in, and it wasn't,
Hold on. Let me get a police officer for you.
Okay.
Have a seat right there. What's your name?
I'd rather not give that.
So the name is on your complaint, right?
No, it's not.
You'd rather not give your name for the officer to come out here and address you?
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, I
checked, sir, there's no sergeant around.
Okay. So what's that supposed to mean? I'm just not allowed to turn in my complaint now?
It's not that you're not allowed to turn in your complaint, there's no one to accept it from you.
Okay, well, we're during business hours on a Tuesday afternoon, ma'am.
Well, this is session. Maryland General Assembly is in session right now.
Right down the street.
A lot of the officers are out on patrol.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to call one over here to do their job, ma'am.
Well,
You
don't talk to me like that. I'm not a police officer.
Okay.
I'm trying to assist you.
I'm not talking to you like anything. I'm just saying you're gonna have to call a police officer down here. You can't deny me a public services.
By this point, the public servant starts to become defensive and try to justify the reasons that his complaint is not as important.
I'll sit over here and ring the doorbell then. How about that? Oh, wait, so now there is a sergeant here is what you're saying. So what you're saying is there is a sergeant here. Oh, yeah. Let's explain a big lie before you come out here, because you just told me there's no sergeant here. So how are you speaking to a sergeant? How are you speaking to a sergeant then, ma'am? How are you speaking to a sergeant if there's not one here? You want to answer that question? How are you speaking to a sergeant if there's not a sergeant here?
Hi, sir.
Hi, who are you, ma'am?
I'm Sergeant Alexander.
Sergeant Alexander, can you tell me why this lady just lied to me and said there's no sergeant here in the building? And it's all on videotape. If you want to sit down and go over it, we can sit down and go over it and you can see where you're wrong. We can go over it and you can see where you're wrong.
Okay, I hear you, sir, but what is it that you need?
I'm here to turn in a complaint.
Okay, all right, have a seat and we'll...
I did that, and then she came out here and told me there's no sergeant here to take it, but apparently there is, so...
Okay, I'm not in that.
There's still a sergeant here, though. Ma'am, regardless, it's during business hours on a business day. There has to be somebody to accept this. So then why did she say he wasn't here? Why did she say he wasn't here then? What is the issue? I'm trying to turn in paperwork. This is First Amendment protected activity. I'm here to turn in a paperwork. What's up, Chang? I'm here to turn in complaints. I don't know why the lady that came out there who was originally going to help me came out and said, oh, there's no sergeant here to help you, so...
Due to the receptionist lady's incompetence and bad management, other officers were also attracted towards the commotion. The auditor, on the other hand, kept trying to explain how he's just trying to practice his Fourth Amendment rights.
See how quick you got down here when you thought that I was causing disturbance or when someone cried to call you down here, but nobody could come down here to help me 2 seconds ago. You see how quick both you just walked down here to try and infringe upon my rights, but yet neither one of you could walk down here and help me. Yeah, sir, I have paperwork to turn in. Don't walk away from me.
Don't you tell me what to do.
Sir, you're a public servant. I'm telling you.
No, you're not telling me.
I'm telling you.
Do you want to get arrested again?
Sir, I'm doing... Sir, this is legal.
Give me the papers.
Yeah, it's going to be date, stamped, and a copy to return to me.
I have a date stamp.
Well, that's how it's done, sir. That's the official way it's done. You can't change protocol. You can't change protocol just because you don't want to deal with me, sir.
I do want to deal with you.
Okay.
This tyrant of a cop couldn't bother properly practicing his own protocol to file a complaint and is just trying to wash his hands of the auditor, showing how he couldn't care less for the everyday concerns of citizens.
There's a legal, sir, there's a legal way of doing this.
Can you show me what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's a complaint right here from your... what else do you need to see, sir? You don't sir, you don't decide out here if the complaint's viable to get filled in or not. I get to turn it in, and then the review process goes through the complaint, and then they decide if it's viable, and they're going to do something with it, sir.
Cooperate with us right now, or you can leave.
They're sergeants. That's who you turn a complaint to. Okay, so then why is it that I'm asking them to simply stamp it, sir? I'm asking them to stamp it as received.
The auditor explained how the receipt stamp is most important to confirm whether the complaint has been officially lodged.
This is legal business. I have legal business. No, ma'am, this is legal business. I'm in a public lobby.
I'm going to be here and I'm going to help you.
Okay.
Outside because you're disturbing.
I'm not disturbing anything, ma'am.
You're disturbing.
No, I'm not, ma'am. I'm asking them to do their job. They're disturbing it by refusing me services, ma'am.
What do you need?
I need these stamped and returned to me. I need these dates stamped, receipted, and returned to me, ma'am. I'm not.
Is this the second one that you've done?
Yeah, it's the second one. I'm allowed to fill it more than one. No, it's not the same thing. This one is the same thing because it wasn't stamped and returned to me. I need this stamped, ma'am. This was not stamped and returned to me. I need these done properly. I'm not interfering with the flow of business. They're refusing to do it.
Hey, I want 2 sergeants here and a lieutenant. That's it. Everyone else can go.
What's up, Barnes? How you doing, buddy? How you doing, man? Good, man. How you doing? Good. I'm hanging in there, buddy. I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to fill out complaints for what happened that day, but they're being ignorant about it. And then they're trying to say that I'm interfering with the flow of business. I came down here, I rang the doorbell, a lady came out. She goes, there's no sergeant here to help you, so I don't know. What do you mean? Then she walks in there and goes, hey, Sergeant Alexander. What do you mean there's no sergeant here? You're speaking to one right now, man. Why is it you're lying to me? Then both of him and Shane came down here.
Right.
Okay, that's pretty quick for someone not here to help me. You came down here pretty quick to try and arrest me.
We were in lawyers mall.
But that's fine. They came down here pretty quick to try and arrest me, so why is it they can't come down here pretty quick to try and help me?
Obviously, the auditor's job is to try and push our government facilities and our public servants to the limit. This is what is standard to try and assess whether the police are professional enough to deal with any kind of citizen. This explains why the Annapolis audit has to be so stern and strict.
You said you can leave or you're going to be arrested. So that's how I thought you were going to arrest me, because you said it, sir. It came out of your mouth. That's why I thought that.
Thank you. You might want to look at your camera.
I have it.
You might want to look at that.
You might want to look at it.
All right, that's enough. Get him out of here.
Go on.
Get him out of here.
I'm waiting for my paperwork, sir.
Go outside with
No, sir. This is a public lobby.
The man who just walked into the frame was none other than the department's police chief, Michael Wilson. One would think that he was there to help in the process, but instead, he just tried to throw his power around.
Yes, sir.
You have been told 3 times not to
And
come.
I'm waiting
Listen,
for
look
the-
at me.
And
You've
I've been told by the
listen to
commissioner
me.
that if I have legal
You have
business,
been
I can
told
come in
3
this office,
times
sir.
not to trespass
I'm not
into this
trespassing.
building
I'm doing
because
legal
you create
business.
a problem when
I'm
you're
doing
here.
legal business,
Now
sir.
I'm telling you to leave the building.
I'm doing legal business,
If you don't
sir.
leave the building, you're going to get arrested
I'm doing-
again.
I'm doing legal
and
business,
again,
sir.
And again.
I'm doing
you're
legal
not
business,
to come back
sir.
here.
I'm doing
It's
legal
not
business,
legal
sir.
business.
It is, sir.
Get out or get locked up.
I have a right.
Lock him up.
Sir, I have a right to file
You're under arrest
grievances.
for trespassing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you
Rebecca, can you just please give me my paperwork so I can leave?
It's too late for that.
Sir, Rebecca, what is going on out here?
You're under arrest for trespassing.
I'm not, sir. I'm
You have
doing
been
legal
asked to
business.
leave. You have been told to
I'm
leave.
waiting for my paperwork so I can leave. Ma'am, please. That's all I'm waiting for so I can leave.
I wonder if it's this difficult for any everyday citizen to walk into a public building that is only there because of their taxes, to file a complaint without getting threatened to be arrested over half a dozen times.
How am I trespassing? I was told by the commissioner that I was allowed to come here and fill this. I asked the commissioner before I came down here, what am I allowed to do?
Trespass.
For filing a legal complaint? Sir, I'm gonna come back here. I have a right to file these complaints, sir. Yeah, my cell phone. No. My keys, my cell phone, my wallet. I don't understand why I'm being arrested. Okay. I'm filing a grievance, sir. Sir, I'm filing a grievance. I'm allowed here. Sir, this is a violation of 18 Code US 242. It's a deprivation of public services. I have a right to file grievances with my government, sir.
Yeah, Sergeant Stewart is working on right now.
After being thoroughly searched, placed in handcuffs, and facing more misconduct from the police chief, our auditor is thrown out of the building. This is only because the chief claims that he was trespassing, thus squashing his constitutional right.
Doing this was legal business, sir.
So your initial time that you came in, you were trying to get an investigation started.
I was trying to find out why my tags have been taken off my car.
I got you.
And that's when I was arrested down here.
Is this the second time you filled out this paperwork? Who'd you fill it out on the first time?
You can see both of them right
Same
there.
one? Is this-
No,
this-
not the same thing. No, they're for different incidents, different
Oh, I
days,
got you.
different
I got
incidents.
you. I got you.
I thought maybe you guys are here to arrest me.
Well, we were coming to help you, but we were at Lawyers Mall with a large
I know,
crowd.
but then so she was helping me. So why did that guy get mad and trespass me and have me arrested for trespassing when Captain Labs was helping me? She was making the copy.
I understand.
I was explaining to you what was going on.
Right.
Like what?
I get it.
What's the issue here? So why am I in handcuffs?
Okay. For trespassing.
Even now, after explaining his situation to another officer from start to end, he was still unable to get a clear answer for why or how he is in handcuffs for trespassing. This shows clearly how even these cops know something is not right about this whole situation.
You turned your camera on?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. Let it. I'd say let it roll until you get to the detention
Yep,
center.
absolutely.
Yep. Who's talking? Somebody. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
I don't understand how I was told by the commissioner this was lawful and legal business. No, I haven't been banned. I haven't been banned, sir.
Okay.
You can't ban someone from doing a constitutionally protected activity. I have a right to file this, sir. You're right. I can't come here and just sit down and chill in the office. I can't go in there and do the security card processing center.
Mr. Falk, are you going to allow me to
Later, he was escorted inside a police vehicle and taken to Anne Arundel County Detention Center, where he was booked on 2 counts of willfully disobeying in order to leave a public property while not having an apparent lawful business, and acting in a manner disruptive to disturbing the conduct of normal business, and also 1 act of willfully acting in a disorderly manner. On top of all this, he was held on $1,000 bail. All of this is simply for trying to practice his constitutionally protected activity. This just shows the length and the things that these corrupt and power-tripping tyrants would do simply to have a citizen lawfully try to file a complaint. The last case showed how the powers bestowed on cops and police chiefs are abused, but this next one will leave you stunned.
Get down. Down. Get down. Down. Do you think I'm...
On December 5th, 2023, Deputy James Henry Carter III made a series of decisions that would cost him very dearly. He went completely crazy on a suspect during a chase, which he didn't realize was being recorded by his body cam the entire time.
Hey, you done, son? Get down. Down. Get down. Down. Do you think I'm... Waistband, dude.
The suspect and victim of this brutal act of violence and racism was Rashard Keithan Duncan.
Reach into your waist, man. You think I'm messing with you? You got a gun? You got a gun? You don't know? No. I got him. I'm back here. I got you. It's your boy. You'll see. It's your boy. Get up. Oh, you broke me on my feet. Because you reach into your waistband, that's why.
Now, during Carter's barrage of punches, he kept instructing him not to reach towards his waistband. When we can clearly see how incapacitated he is on the ground, how would he possibly reach for his waistband? Just like this, Carter lies to justify the beating he just served up.
Negative, just one person. I think you slick. Enjoy that little nap.
These cops violated several departmental policies, but that's nothing when it comes to the actions of this next tyrant.
Get back! Get back!
Palmer shot the poor golden retriever 4 times, and surprisingly, his body camera was also muted during the entire event. Seeing their dog's condition, the owner, Tammy Kearns, completely lost herself.
Get me a bunch of cars out here. We got a bunch of people coming out. Get back!
You stupid fuck! You killed my dog!
Get back!
Why did you do it?
Yeah,
I'm suing
get back.
you.
Okay, your dog charged. Get back.
You fuck! No, all these people seen that. That dog is harmless.
Okay, get ma'am.
No,
I need you
I'm
to
not.
get back. Ma'am, I need you.
It's outrageous to think that a police officer shot a golden retriever to protect himself. That dog is indeed harmless, and there was no reason to go to this extreme length. Soon after, the men of the house also came out expressing rage and frustration at the officer's action.
Oh my God! We're catching her!
I want your name. I want your badge. Everything.
Palmer, 101. Why couldn't you let her? Everybody get back! Everybody get back! Get back! Everybody get back!
Don't walk
Get back!
Okay.
Get back! Do not touch! Get back! Get back! Everybody get back! Everybody get back! Okay, I appreciate it. Get back! Everybody get back. So get back. Hold the door. Everybody get back. Like you. I got you on camera.
Moments later, multiple units responded and arrived at the scene. The situation was traumatic as more people emerged out of the house.
I'm talking about public sidewalk. Public sidewalk. I got you on camera. I didn't know. I'm filing a lawsuit on your ass.
Okay, sit tight. He wasn't going after him. He shot her 4 times.
You better for it.
Everybody
get back. There's no get back. Everybody get back. I got your job, Paul. I got your camera. You're about to lose your job. I got your camera. About to lose your fucking job. Just pull up. I got it.
Hey, you! Someone shot me! He's got a gun! She wasn't even going after you! She was going across the street! I hope you lose your fucking job!
The officer went over to talk to his colleague and once again muted his body cam throughout. Shortly after, he left the place in his car, leaving the poor dog there with the family.
Am I right? You not doing this because you're stupid. Can you have your phone back?
Hey, I'm boogieing out of here.
Because of you! Because of you!
The poor dog was taken to the hospital, but he tragically passed away. The Lorain Police Department analyzed the video footage and surprisingly claimed that the officer did not violate any departmental policy. However, he continued to remain on modified duty and will be facing disciplinary action for muting his body cam. This officer might have gotten off easily, but this next cop was owned for this huge mistake.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
On November 12, 2023, the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Officer dispatched a couple of deputies to a house after a woman complained about her boyfriend stealing her car and also sending her threatening text messages. Soon, the cops arrived at her home and asked her for more details about the situation.
Car back. I've been asking all night, can I get my car back? Like, I don't care about the argument. I don't even know what the argument is about. I just want my car. I don't want to deal with anything. I know anytime we get into it, whether I'm right or wrong, he puts his hands on me or he threatens to put his hands on me. It gets very violent. There he is.
In your car or walking up?
He's walking.
Surprisingly, as the officers were talking to her, her boyfriend came onto the scene, who was soon caught by the cops.
What I'm getting patted down for?
Because you're getting patted down.
Why?
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, I don't have no weapons on me. What's that right there? This is cute. Don't got no weapons on me. Hands on your pockets.
What do you want to do?
I want my car.
Okay, I think it's at your mom's house is what he's saying.
How did he get here if it's at my mom's house?
I know. Can you call your mom to see if the car's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not at the house? Okay. It's not home.
Okay.
Okay. I sent you you have my location, right? I'm on Green Acres. Yeah.
It appeared as if her boyfriend, 22-year-old Marquis Jackson, lied about the car being at the woman's mother's home, and soon the cops decided to arrest him.
Where's our car? Where's our car, Marquise?
Can I talk to her?
No.
Can I talk to her more? Her keys are here. Her keys are here. Can I give you her keys?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever filled out an affidavit with us before? Okay, so the suspect is going to be his information. This, where it's the narrative, that's going to be what happened, the incident, okay?
The officers patted him down before they cuffed him and placed him in the back of the police cruiser. They started to investigate the stolen car, but had no idea that something bizarre was about to unfold.
My screen.
Right.
You know, so it's like, why would you send me a picture of that? I'll show you again and
Yeah.
tell me what that is. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that piece is because that's not ordinarily there.
Right. Does he have anything on the firearm, like any aftermarket?
Like a silencer?
Mm-hmm. That's what that is.
We couldn't even tell, but more than likely it probably is a weapon. And he's like, I'm gonna bust your whole up. Like, I'm gonna bust your windows, I'm gonna bust your radio, whatever. He's like, I'm gonna bust your whole like, okay. By the time you get to your car, it's gonna be over with. And I'm like, okay. At this point, I want to be done with it. I don't even want to entertain it because he is known for playing games. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I need to show you, like, I'm not playing. I want my car. That's that. Like how much I paid for my car?
Yeah, or how much you think that it would value at right now.
So, okay.
Okay.
They found it.
Where is it?
1656 Hunt Club over here off MLK.
Shortly after, Deputy Jesse Hernandez decided to do a secondary search on Marquis, and as he went near the police cruiser, something shocking happened.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! You know. I'm hit! What? I'm in the car! I was shot through the car! Oh!
The deputy claimed that he was shot passed by the car. He fell down and opened fire at the car. The female officer also responded, and they both combined fired a total of 22 shots at the car while Marquis was inside, handcuffed.
I'm good. I feel weird, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Soon, chaos emerged and multiple units arrived at the location with pointed at the car. They thought Marquis had shot him, but they completely forgot that he was handcuffed and was also searched beforehand.
I'm not. I don't know. It felt like it.
Jesse, move over to me. I got you. Move over to me. Jesse, come back. Mark vehicle right there.
Dude, am I hit?
Come on. Let's get further back.
It was only later discovered that the deputy was never struck with a bullet. In fact, there was no gun fired. It was later discovered that an Acorn hit the roof of the car, and the deputy mistook that sound as a gun being fired. Here's the distressing situation from the perspective of the female officer.
What? Oh! Where? Right there? Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he?
In the car!
43, give me traffic. Shots fired. Shots fired. I got a deputy down. Off of McLaren. We're off of McLaren. Shots fired. I got a deputy down. Jesse, how are you?
The cops kept firing at the car where Marquis sat completely unarmed and helpless. His girlfriend was also terrified and kept pleading with the officer to stop, but to no avail.
Okay, okay, okay. No! Get back! Get back! I'm not gonna tell you go! Get back! Get back! Get her! Get her and get her back now! No!
Stay inside your house. Stay inside your house.
Fortunately, Marquis escaped injuries and was saved. He later decided to file a lawsuit against those officers, and here's what his attorney had to say.
My name is Julia Quesada. I'm an attorney with Burris, Newsenbaum, Curry, and Lacey. It is not acceptable that these officers, deputies, and their department is calling this a mistake. It is not okay to call it a mistake. There is no mistake. There was no mistake that Marquis was unarmed. There's no mistake that he had already been searched. There's no mistake that he was already handcuffed in the back of a patrol car when these deputies opened fire. And there's no mistake that the department hasn't released all of the footage or the information related to the shooting. This is not okay. The deputy that shot, that said that he heard an Acorn or after the fact that that's a mistake, that's not acceptable. He resigned. That's not accountability. The other deputy that was exonerated, that is not accountability. There has been no accountability, there has been no transparency, and there has been no justice. And we demand that. We demand transparency, we demand accountability, and we demand justice, and we stand with Marquis with this.
Shortly after, his male attorney also came onto the stage and raised some valid questions.
That is a question I wish that you would ask the law enforcement community. But I think the rush to judgment shown by the sergeant, there were some allegations that were made at the time, which turned out to be untrue. There was no real investigation by law enforcement except, well, we'll handcuff him and put him in the back. And then somehow, I don't know, maybe they thought you were Jason Bourne or somebody, Marquis, said that he escaped from handcuffs, pulled out a silenced weapon and started firing from inside the car. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, and I hope it sounds ridiculous to the public. So that's what we're here about.
The sheriff's office also took notice of the incident and launched an internal investigation into the incident. During the investigation, Deputy Jesse Hernandez resigned from his position. On the other hand, the female officer was eventually exonerated of any wrongdoing. The sheriff, however, was very vocal about Jesse's actions and claimed that he needed to be fired for this. This cop made a terrible error, but the next ones were even more stupid.
I don't know, that's called private property.
That's private property? Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
I don't know, that's called private property.
That's private property. Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
You can't take a picture.
Come here, Sergeant. Come here. What it says over here? What does it say?
I don't know.
What does it say?
In February 2024, a First Amendment auditor who goes by the name Siberian Tiger was walking down the road when he noticed a couple of police vehicles parked outside and he started to film them. That's when a police officer came out and confronted him.
Who are you? Huh? Who are you?
I don't know. What are you doing?
You don't know who?
Are you taking close-up pictures of the inside of the car? You can't do that, okay?
Says who?
Says me.
Who are you?
I don't know.
Well then,
Okay, you
get lost.
You cannot be taking pictures of the inside of these cars.
Watch me.
Okay. You cannot be taking pictures of the inside of the cars.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
You come over here all big tough guy?
Hey, you can't be taking pictures inside the
Says
car.
who?
Says me. It's a police car, okay?
And you, who are you?
I'm a sergeant, okay? I'm a supervisor.
Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
And
you can't be here
and
doing
you
that.
can get lost.
It doesn't work that way, my friend.
How does that work?
He was a sergeant, and it was indeed shocking to see his low grasp on the law. Soon after, his ego started to kick in, and he became increasingly confrontational with the auditor.
Hey.
What? You're gonna get in my face like this?
Go find something else.
You think you're gonna intimidate me?
Who's intimidating you, man?
Then what's the problem?
I don't know. I'm wondering what the problem is with you.
You came over here all tough guy.
I'm wondering what the problem is with you. Because
There was no problem. What am I doing?
You can't be taking pictures inside.
Says who?
Says me.
What law?
I don't know.
Exactly. So get lost, tough guy.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, how's it gonna work?
I don't know.
Why don't you call your bobbies over here? Why don't you call your lieutenant?
No.
Other sergeants?
You show me out in front of the precinct with
Yeah?
taking some pictures of inside of the police station.
Dumb guy.
I'll take it.
What a dumb guy. Taking pictures of the inside of the vehicles that are public property. I'm on a public sidewalk taking pictures of everything that is open, visible from my eyes, okay? Which is First Amendment protected activity, and the tough guy shows up here and tells me I can't take pictures.
Taking pictures of the inside of the car is
You too? You want to get on my case too about taking pictures?
The auditor was within his rights as he was doing nothing wrong in taking photographs of a publicly owned vehicle. However, the sergeant wasn't ready to listen to him and soon called for more backup, only to get humiliated in front of everyone.
Inside of the vehicles in the computer.
What law is that? What am I breaking?
I don't know. That's called private property.
That's private property? Come here.
You can't.
Come here, Sergeant.
You can't take a picture.
Come here, Sergeant. Come here.
Come here. I'm good.
What it says over here?
The outside, if you like.
What does it say?
I don't know.
What does it say?
Tell me.
You don't know how to read? Any of you guys know how to read?
What's your goal, sir? What do you need today?
I was minding my own business. This guy comes over here, gets in my face, and gives me unlawful directives.
So, hey, sir, can you understand why we may be...
I don't need to understand anything.
Well, I'm going to explain why he was concerned.
Why?
So, we could be concerned that somebody is targeting our police vehicles or is looking inside there to see confidential information on the screen or in other things.
Okay.
So, this is a reasonable...
Whose responsibility to protect confidential information? Whose responsibility?
It's reasonable
Great.
to ask.
The officers were at fault for leaving their computer screens on inside the vehicle. The auditor then took the opportunity to teach them the difference between privately owned and publicly owned buildings and vehicles.
So next time when a law-abiding citizen inspects his own property, and you're my servant, that's my property. Everything that's on you, my property, except your personal effects. Okay. This building, my property. This vehicle, my property. You all, you, every one of you work for me. I tell you what to do, I tell you how to do it, I pay your wages.
Is that right?
That's right. And you answer to me. So when you get on my case, being a law-abiding citizen, quiet, I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
Quiet. When I'm a law-abiding citizen and you get in my face and you start threatening me and you call your bobbies out here, assuming that I'm a criminal because you intend to do something against me, guess what?
What are you going to do?
You're going to get a piece of my action.
The cops soon realized that they were up against someone who had way more knowledge of the law than them. After everyone had tried their best, they eventually decided to retreat inside the building, leaving him alone, something they should have done quite earlier.
Trying to create a scene to get police attention.
Ask her. Ask her. I was walking down. I was walking on a sidewalk. I was walking on a sidewalk very quietly.
On a YouTube channel.
Whatever you think.
So whatever your
I
goals
don't care
are,
what you think.
I want you to know very clearly, sir.
That's right.
You are taking up valuable resources that could be helping the city.
Did I call you?
Because we are focused
Great.
on you.
Here's how you can end this.
So I think that's important.
This is how you can end this.
What do you need?
Go back to your job and mind your own damn business.
You need to not point your camera inside of police vehicles and record information off of our computers.
According to whom?
Don't do it.
According to whom?
That's it.
According to whom?
Sir.
What law is that?
Okay.
What law is that? Sir. Give me an ORS code that tells me that I am not lawfully allowed to look at anything that my eyes can see on a public sidewalk.
Okay.
What law is that?
We are going to leave, and we understand that you are not going to point inside of cameras.
Unless I'm breaking the law, you can take your orders
you stay
and
on
go to hell
property,
with them.
You stay out of a roadway. You understand? You stay out of the roadway.
I'm protesting at this point, so I will stand wherever the hell I want.
Have a good day, sir.
Get lost. That's how you should have reacted in the first place. You come out here and you harass me, a law-abiding citizen, that's the reaction you're gonna get. Servants.
The auditor taught these cops a lesson, but these next cops took things up a notch.
Are you a supervisor? I was just explaining to Megan here that I'm an independent.
You have every right to film.
Yeah.
As long as you don't film the X-ray screens, because that's all sensitive.
Okay.
And impede the operation, you're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm just an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
I think you're well within your rights. I think you know them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And your name was? Brett Kavanaugh. Brett. Wow, like the Supreme Court Justice.
He spelled it with a K. That's really
Brett Kavanaugh, the Supreme Court Justice.
The officer was polite and friendly and had no problems with Sean filming inside the airport. However, suddenly State Trooper Lavoie came over and started to ask his ID.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Trooper Lavoie with the State Police. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Trooper?
Good. I'm here to find out what your business here is at the airport today.
Nothing. Just gathering content for a story. I'm an independent journalist.
Oh, great. Do you have your ID on you?
I'm not going to provide you my ID, Trooper.
By a state trooper for your ID, you're going to have to provide
This Connecticut, sir, is not a stop and ID state, and unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion, I've committed
about to do that. I'm not here to get a legal advice from you.
Yeah.
I'm asking legally an order from a state trooper to provide me your ID. You're causing alarm at the airport. Multiple people have come up to us asking what you're doing.
There's a TSA supervisor who just told me I was well within my rights.
Please?
Sir, let's
Put your hands behind your back, please.
I'm going.
Put your hands behind your back, please.
Sir.
The trooper took no time to get aggressive with the auditor, as he didn't seem interested in listening to him. He kept on escalating the situation, leaving Sean with no option.
Close any alarm. I don't.
Last answer.
I don't have an. I'm not going to put any. I'm not. I don't even have any ID on me.
That's going to be it. Okay.
I can give you my name and date of birth if you'd like. Do you have your body camera on, sir?
581.
One detained, refusing to provide ID.
I didn't.
Is there anything on you that's going to harm me, poke, anything sharp?
I don't consent to any searches.
I didn't ask you that. Is there anything on you that's going to harm me?
No, and I don't
Knives,
consent.
needles, weapons?
No.
No? Where's your ID?
I don't have one.
No? What's this, sir?
That's my car key. Sir, I'm an independent journalist working on gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I have not broken any laws.
No one said that you did. You're not under arrest right now. You're being detained.
But why are you detaining
You're interfering with my investigation.
Sir, you need to have reasonable articulable suspicion.
Trooper Lavoie had completely lost it as he proceeded to arrest the auditor without any reason. He then proceeded to search him, while Sean kept on trying to knock some sense into him.
You need to stop trying to teach me
Why
legal.
are you shaking? I'm not going to hurt you.
You need to stop and listen to me. I'm trying to identify you because you're causing a disturbance at the airport. You refuse to provide me your ID. You're clearly doing this on purpose.
I'm not.
So we're going to go through the books by this.
I'm gathering content for a story. I told everybody I'm an independent journalist.
I get that. Now we're going to prove that, sir.
There is no proof of that. The First Amendment grants me the right of
What's your
freedom of
last
press. I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'm going to
ask you again. What's your last name?
If I do not give you my name, sir,
you're going to be placed under arrest and taken to be fingerprinted to identify you.
Okay, my last name is Reyes.
How do you spell that?
R-E-Y-E-S.
Yeah.
As long as you say that, if you say you're going to put me under arrest, I will give you my name.
That's what we would have to do to identify you. It's not what I want to do.
You have no idea.
I came over here just to identify you.
John wasn't posing any threat to anyone, as he was just carrying out his constitutional right. But the trooper didn't seem to have any understanding of the law, as he kept on prolonging the illegal detainment.
One word. Can I get your supervisor here, Lavoie? One. Under threat of arrest, I'm providing you that information.
It's not a threat. It's me telling you what has to happen.
Can I speak to your supervisor, Lavoie?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Sir, I don't want to, since I'm being detained, I gave you my name under threat of arrest. I'm not going to answer any more questions till your supervisor gets here, please.
Not a problem.
Invoke my fifth.
Okay.
Detaining me, I'm not going to answer any more questions. I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent because I want to speak to a supervisor, please, because you're making a big mistake here, Trooper. I'm telling you, you are.
Unfortunately, sir, you made the mistake by not identifying yourself.
Sean kept pleading his innocence to the corrupt trooper, but it wasn't changing anything. Both of them kept going back and forth with each other, while he was still handcuffed inside the airport.
Mr. Reyes,
yes.
There was no need for you to be handcuffed. You made it this way. You put yourself in this situation.
Absolutely
not. Not until my backup arrives.
But why are you shaking? I'm not a threat
I'm not
to you,
shaking.
sir. I'm not a threat
You're detained right now. You're my responsibility. If you fall over,
I'm not a threat
you're
to
my
you.
responsibility. You're saying that, but I don't know that. I don't know that you're not a threat to anything here at the airport.
Sir, the way the world works, you can't handcuff people because you don't know if they're a threat or not, sir. That's dangerous that you're acting like this, really. Just because you're an officer doesn't mean give you the right to.
Trying to provoke this, but it's not going to work.
Sir, how am I trying to provoke it? I'm trying to instruct you and educate you. So
that's not your job.
Sir, are you a supervisor, sir? I am not. Can I get a supervisor here? My rights are being violated.
We're working on that.
Why are they being violated? Because I'm in cuffs and I haven't broken any laws, sir. Sir? Sir, there is, as you know, an unlawful detainment. This is you know what that's going to happen, right?
Are you trying to scare me?
I'm just saying.
Are you trying to intimidate me?
I'm trying to tell you that this is unlawful, sir. I've been nothing but cordial with you since you came up to me.
Absolutely, except you interfered with my investigation and failed to provide your ID.
Trooper Lavoie was just not willing to listen to anything Sean had to say, as he was anxiously waiting for a supervisor to arrive.
The crime.
Can you articulate to
I did
me a
not
crime?
say that there was a crime committed, sir. I tried to identify you to make sure that there was no issue here, and you refused to do that.
If I were you,
then you would not put your hands behind your back.
If I were you, I would invoke your own right to remain silent, sir, because you're just digging yourself deeper in the hole. You just said there's no crime. Come on, man.
Not at this point, there isn't.
There was never. Okay. See, the problem is you think you're above the law, and you think you're above.
Absolutely not.
You're above a citizen.
You see, now you're projecting your thoughts because I'm in uniform. So
No.
Because I'm in uniform.
I'm assuming because you put me in cuffs.
Yeah, you're detained. That's 100% right. For failure to comply.
An unlawful detainment. Okay. Is the supervisor is coming?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm sure he's going to explain it to you. I'm sure he is. All right.
The trooper himself accepted that Sean had committed no crime, but despite this, he remained in handcuffs. He clearly needs to get some additional training on the law.
De-escalation. If you do a little bit of de-escalation, things might go a little bit better for you, and anybody else.
You could have too.
All I did was tell you I want to invoke my right. Is this a supervisor?
No.
Come on, man. Can I get a supervisor here? He's gonna explain to you guys to release me immediately. I haven't broken any laws. This is insane. You can't. Just because you have trust issues, that doesn't mean you can put free citizens.
We have trust issues.
You can't put free citizens in handcuffs.
It's the nature of our job.
This is an unlawful detainment. And when the supervisor gets here, he's going to let you guys both know that, and he's going to tell you to release me.
We're going to release you as soon as we're able to do that. I'm not keeping you detained just because I feel like I want to. You understand that, right?
Yeah, no, you want to, because you put the cuffs on me. You definitely did.
While I was here by myself, and you weren't cooperating with me. Yes, you were handcuffed.
I was not aggressive.
No one said you were aggressive.
And all I told you was I'm not providing my ID because I don't have to.
Finally, after waiting for a long, the supervisor did arrive, and before getting a briefing from the state trooper, he went over to talk to Sean, who made sure to narrate the entire incident.
Sergeant Drummond.
Yes.
Sergeant Drummond, I would like to be released immediately from this unlawful detainment. I have not broken any laws. Your trooper did not have any reasonable articulable suspicion to identify me or in any way. I talked to supervisor from the TSA, Brett Kavanaugh. He told me that I have every right to film the security checkpoint. This is a public building. I'm an independent journalist. He's violating my First Amendment right of freedom of press. And like I said, I would like to be released from these handcuffs.
Okay.
And he turned off my phone. I would like to be released from these handcuffs immediately. I have not broken any laws, sir.
Okay. All right. Why were you videotaping? Just out of curiosity.
Same thing I told your trooper. I'm an independent journalist gathering content for a story.
Okay.
I'm not going to divulge until the story is published. And now I guess the story has changed to an unlawful detainment by your officer, by your trooper, sorry. And like I said, the longer I'm in here, the longer you guys are violating my rights. So I would, as a supervisor, I would advise you to do the right thing here, sir, and have me undetained. Okay. Because I have not broken any laws.
The supervisor had much greater knowledge of the law compared to the trooper, and he made sure to release Sean immediately.
You are obligated legally to provide it. I know that you do not, that you need reasonable articulable suspicion.
All right, turn on. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You need reasonable articulable suspicion, and I think I would like to file a formal complaint against this trooper.
Okay.
And I'll be writing a statement to your internal affairs, but I'd like to file a complaint with you as a supervisor.
Well, I will advise that.
Could you do that for me? Could
Yes,
you
I will.
advise him that that's not the law? That's dangerous.
No. Actually, he had a reason to question you. You chose not to cooperate with him. You became the subject of an investigation. So
I do not have to provide my ID unless he articulates a crime.
Okay.
Going near my
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Be careful, man. Come on. What's wrong with you? on, man. This is all on the calls for. I don't know. I'll be talking to professional standards since your sergeant doesn't want him to do anything. You need to learn the law.
Don't point. Listen, we're done talking. We're done. Get yourself. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, sir.
Not even a simple infraction?
Huh?
Not even a simple.
No, just let him go.
Simple infraction for what? I didn't break the law.
All right, let's go.
Well, the supervisor did release him from the handcuffs, but didn't say anything to the trooper. Sean really believed that he had been hard done. Therefore, he went over to the Connecticut State Police headquarters to file a complaint against him. The worst was yet to come for Sean as he was confronted by Sergeant Brian Fahey.
Thank you, sir. How you doing, Sergeant?
You're videotaping me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I don't want to talk to you then. If you want to videotape me, then if you want to talk to me like a man, we can chat.
But what about you guys wear body cameras here? What's the difference?
I don't have a body camera.
I understand that. Can I get your name, Sergeant?
Yeah, Brian Fahey.
Brian Fahey.
Yep.
So there's a serious civil rights violation going on here. So as I was explaining to the other trooper, I'm a journalist, independent journalist, working on a story.
Okay.
And I was gathering content for that story at the Bradley Airport. TSA became concerned about me filming.
Okay.
A supervisor came over. The first person who was concerned called the supervisor. Supervisor said, "You have every right to film. It's not an issue. I know your rights. You know your rights. Continue what you're doing." One of your troopers out of Bradley Airport, trooper.
How can I help you today with pistol permits? Can I help you today with pistol permits?
The sergeant didn't seem to care about the problem Sean had with the trooper as he kept being rude. However, things were about to get even more difficult.
You can contact our internal affairs department. It's online, or there's a phone number.
But you're a supervisor.
I'm a supervisor in charge of special licensing and firearms. So all these people that are online, in 529 gun dealers in the state of Connecticut, that's what we're dealing with. There's an outlet for you to make your complaint.
There's a civil rights violation.
But there's an outlet for you to make your complaint, and you can make that. We've given you it.
Why are you guys acting like this? I'm trying to make a serious civil rights.
What? I don't know what you. I can't help you with your complaint today. You have your outlet. You can call IA. I can get you the number, or you can go online and make.
This is the headquarters. Can't somebody just come down here and speak to me from
no, because
internal
our
affairs?
Internal affairs division is not here.
I'll be right with you, guys.
You're all set here?
Excuse me?
Are you all set here?
Well, yeah. There's nothing else. Obviously, you can help me out with at this point.
So you're all set. So you're going to go to IA right now, correct?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right.
I'm going to be going.
Okay.
Sergeant Fahey had a problem with the auditor videotaping him, and within moments, he did something shocking.
I'm going to be going.
Okay. So you're going to stand here with your cell phone on?
I thought you were busy. I thought you were a busy man.
I am busy.
So you should get to work.
I should get to work? Is that what you're telling me?
If you're busy.
We're going to have a problem between you and I.
You're gonna do an interference.
His body camera's on. His body camera's on. Stop. He has his body camera on.
I don't care.
Stop,
I don't
man.
care. Right? This is private property.
I'm not doing anything.
You're not going to videotape me and have an attitude with me.
I'll get
but
off
I'm going to tell you what right now, dude. I'm not the one. Okay? I gave you the information you needed, and I gave you your outlet. Right? You were giving your outlet. No, you wanted to stand there and hold your cell phone in my face. Is what you wanted to do. Yes, you do. Take your cell phone and go and make your complaint. Okay? Okay.
The corrupt sergeant snatched his phone away and pushed him out of the building. Sean was terrified to see the sergeant lose his cool as the officers tried to calm him down.
All right, where's your car at? Where's your car at?
I'm gonna go, man. I'm going.
All right, no, but where's your car?
Why didn't you know where my car's at? You were about to arrest me, man, for real?
I
Is your body camera on?
Yeah, my body camera is on, buddy. I'm Trooper Costello, 1139.
Costello?
Yep.
Wow.
Listen, with the situation
you were gonna arrest me for real?
We're gonna detain you over what the situation was going on, man.
I'm leaving. Conversation's over. Go ahead.
Sean went over to file a complaint against the trooper and the sergeant for his conduct. The trooper was found to be acting within the laws, and the sergeant was only suspended for 8 days. However, Sean has filed a civil rights lawsuit against the trooper and the sergeant. It is still under proceeding, and we can only hope that he gets the justice he deserves. Well, these officers certainly acted above the law, but these next cops did something even more shocking.
I'm going
In August 2022, a disabled man was trying to pay for his bicycle at a self-checkout lane in a Target when several police officers approached him.
Go ahead and grab all your money. Let's walk out, okay? Take your money out. Do you want to walk us to walk you, or do you want to walk us? Go ahead and put your money out there. I'm going to move this bike, okay? You're coming with us, okay? You gotta go. Gotcha. Take your money out. You're coming with us now, okay? So go ahead and grab your money, sir. We'll be walking out, okay? Go ahead and pick your money out. Okay. So we're going to grab your money out for you. Do you want to walk us to walk you? We're leaving, okay? Put your money on there, okay? You're going to lose your criminal trespasses so you can't come back to this business again, okay?
I was just getting...
The disabled man was just having trouble while paying, but he had the money for his purchase. Instead of helping the poor guy out, the officers proceeded to do the unthinkable.
Go ahead and grab your money, sir. Here's your money. Put it in your pouch. So we're going to grab the money for you, okay?
Can I please? I got all the
We're
money.
leaving, okay? Walk down, okay? You're going to be identified, okay?
I'm calling
Criminal trespasses. That's okay. Come back and walk down, okay?
I'm calling 911. I was just getting calling. I got it. I don't want to lose it. I got my phone. I'm calling 911. I'm calling 911.
That's okay. You're walking out, okay? Walking out. We'll just grab you.
I got my
The officers, led by Officer Kenneth Skeens, proceeded to use force against the disabled man. He was soon forced out of the store, and the officers started to question him.
We're not playing with you, man. Sit down.
I'm calling 911.
I'm trying to hit anyone, okay?
I ain't hitting anyone. You're assaulting me.
Alright, you get an ID on you, man?
I'm not giving you any idea.
You don't identify yourself under arrest, okay? That's what this is going to be.
No, you're not police.
Yes, we are.
I put it on your security.
Sit. Don't try to hit anyone, okay?
I ain't
What's
hitting
your name, man?
anyone. You're assaulting me.
Alright, you get an ID on you, man?
I'm not giving you any idea.
If you don't identify yourself, you're under arrest, okay? Which is it going to be?
You're not police.
Yes, we are.
No, you're not. You're security.
No. You got your pin and pad? Yeah, I do. Okay. So what's your name, man?
The poor guy was still thinking that these officers were security guards at the store. At this point, he started dialing 911, hoping that the cops would come and save him. However, he had no idea that he was about to be taken in by the same officers.
Refusing to identify yourself, correct?
Who you calling, man? You ain't even
He's
pressed
calling
call
911. That's what he said anyway. So yeah, just go ahead and put him in handcuffs, because he's refusing to identify himself.
Okay, hold on.
I was just paying. I was just had my stuff locked in my fanny pack, and the security guards came, and I didn't take more time than anyone else. The other ones.
Just as he got on a call, the officers proceeded to do the unthinkable, much to the person's dismay.
So now you're going to be charged, okay, with concealing identity, resisting officers, okay?
No,
And you're going to be trespassed, so you can never come back here again, okay?
Stand up. No, that's not right. I was just paying my things. And I didn't know you were police officers.
Yes, we told you that already.
I didn't see your badge.
Okay, well, we told you, right?
You
We
what?
all have badges. It's not our fault you didn't look, man.
We identified
Security
ourselves.
guards say they're police officers
We
all the
identified
time.
ourselves as Albuquerque Police.
Let's
We
go
had
ahead
a
and get
reason
him
to talk to you.
stood up and search.
The reason to talk to you was they didn't want you in there no
man.
more, okay? So we have the reason. We asked you your name. You didn't give us your name. That's
What was the
concealing identity.
reason?
It was later established that the store had called the cops on the poor guy. However, still, the cops should have investigated the issue before passing their judgment.
Sound good?
No, it don't sound
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
good. Hey, don't.
Stand up.
I didn't do nothing.
Come on.
Go ahead and stand up, man. Take a step for me and stand up.
No, because I ain't do nothing. 911, help me, please.
No one's on the phone, man.
I think there are police officers right there.
No,
I didn't see their badge. I didn't know they were police officers. I didn't do nothing.
You got a knife?
I have a knife.
No, you better not
We're
take
gonna
up.
have to get him standing up, though. I'm not gonna
Can you stand up, man? Are you going to work with us at all? Because we got to stand you up. You're under arrest, okay? That's not changing now.
For what?
Concealing identity, resisting officers, okay?
I didn't know you were police officers. How can
I told you.
conceal?
That's your own fault. You didn't listen, okay? I can't help you with that.
He immediately realized his mistake and even told the cops that he was sorry about his behavior. Unfortunately, the officers had no empathy towards him as they proceeded to drag him to their police cruiser.
I can't believe I said
Like security guards.
Go over here. Don't resist anymore. Stop.
Just walk, man.
No.
Just walk.
No.
Just walk. Alright, we gotta search you, okay? You got anything on you that's gonna poke us, prick us, or hurt us?
Yeah, I got a couple of knives.
You got a couple of knives on you? Got any needles?
You pulled me out. You without even identifying me.
That's
Then
different,
you
sir. We can't separate right now. Reference the subject's highway 39.
said later you said you were
All right,
a
sir.
police officer.
Don't make movements, man.
Just hold on to that. Yeah, get those bags off you, man, okay?
I can take them off. I'm the only one that can take them off.
The officer's demeanor at this point was sickening, as none of them tried to understand the situation. Shortly after, they started to search him.
Separate your feet. So, let me ask you this. You know we're cops now, right? Do you want to identify yourself?
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Do you have an ID anywhere? Where's your ID at?
Yes.
What's your name? Tell me your name. You gonna tell me anything, man?
Not till I get a lawyer.
What?
Just let me take it off myself, will you please? Will you let me take it off myself? Will you let me take it off myself?
We're gonna get it off. Calm
So
down.
tight. See, I cut it.
I will take it off myself.
You got me? Separate your
It's
feet.
my money.
That's fine, then clutch in your hand, but stop trying to reach into your pocket.
Cell phone. Other cell phone, huh?
I didn't do nothing.
We told you what's going on. Stop.
I didn't
I'm
know
done
that.
with you.
You
Stop.
didn't explain it.
Separate your feet.
You didn't show me your badge.
I didn't have to. We identified ourselves.
You just said.
Well, we are cops, so we are police officers, so.
They kept on searching for him for a good 5 minutes and proceeded to take everything from him, including his money, which he was certainly not willing to give.
But I'm telling you what we gotta say. All right? You know what I'm saying?
This is Matthew McManus.
Matthew McManus, that's your name?
So Matthew, here's what you're under arrest for, okay? Concealing identity and resisting evading obstructing officers, okay?
No.
That's what you're under arrest for.
I don't have to. I thought I didn't. I don't have to. So my ID to
So if you
security guard.
you could release your money.
I thought
Hey,
this is
drop
my
your money.
money.
We're taking it with us.
Drop it, man. It'll be
I
checked
thought
in.
you were security.
Drop the money, man.
Here, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. I'll make sure it goes with our
I didn't have to say my.
It's okay. It's going with you. It's going with you.
Everything else in your hands?
We're not gonna steal your money. That's not us. You got bags? Evidence bags for any property? All right.
The officers then took him inside the police cruiser as he was about to be taken to the police station for a crime he didn't commit.
All I was doing was paying for my things.
Yeah, it was explained to you.
And you had to cut off one of my fanny packs. You know, you saw how hard it is to get my money out. And I was trying to get my money out, and I got it all out. And then you came, and I thought you were a security guard.
Watch a cop's cocky attitude crumble as his corruption is exposed in real time. There's no talking his way out of this, especially when he ended up in court.
Appears to be an illegal narcotic. Do you know anything about that? I do not. What is that? I'm just trying to figure out how that stuff got in your car. You gonna go to jail today for possession of method? Oh man, dude, I'm serious, dude. Anything, what you want me to do, man?
And I knew my truck was clean. I knew it was.
Anything the vehicle need to be concerned about? Bombs, hand grenades, rocket launchers. Okay.
It is yogurt, sir.
I know. Okay.
It's yogurt.
How about this, though?
That is not mine. No, sir.
Okay.
Now, the white small plastic baggie that was in that spoon that the deputy just showed you on this video, had you ever seen that before?
No, sir.
Was that in your car?
No, sir.
The court proceeding mostly consisted of evidence as all the 12 drivers testified against Zachary. Finally, the jury reached a verdict and it was announced.
In the state of Florida versus Zachary Tyler Wester, case number 19-CF-431. We, the jury, find as follows as to the counts charged in the information. Count 1, guilty of racketeering as charged. Count 2, not guilty. Count 3, not guilty. Count 4, not guilty. Count 5, not guilty. Count 41, guilty of possession of controlled substance related to February 15, 2018 as charged. Count 42, not guilty. Count 43, not guilty. Count 44, guilty of possession of a controlled substance related to April 17, 2018 as charged. 65, guilty of false imprisonment related to Stephen Van as charged. Count 66, not guilty. Count 67, not guilty.
All right, Mr. Clerk, if you'll go ahead and poll our jury. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in your jury room.
The verdict was read as all the 67 charges were read individually, and Zachary was found guilty of 19 of them, including racketeering, official misconduct, and possession of controlled substances. In a final hearing, the judge announced his sentence.
Mr. Wester, this court now sentences you as follows in this case. As to count 1, racketeering, which is a first-degree felony, you are sentenced to serve 5 years in the Florida Department of Corrections. As to count 7, official misconduct, as a third-degree felony, you are sentenced to serve 18 months in the Florida Department of Corrections. That will be served concurrent with count 1. As to count 65, false imprisonment, as a third-degree felony, you are sentenced to serve 1 year and 1 day in the Florida Department of Corrections, consecutive to count 64. Counts 7, 9, 10, 31, 33, 34, 41, 44, 48, 64, and 65 are to be served consecutive to each other for a total sentence in this case of 12 years, 6 months, and 8 days in the Florida Department of Corrections. This sentence of 12 years, 6 months, and 8 days in the Florida Department of Corrections is to run concurrent with a 5-year Department of Corrections sentence in count 1. Therefore, it is the intention of the court that you are sentenced to serve a total of 12 years, 6 months, and 8 days in the Florida Department of Corrections. I'm also going to award the defendant 58 days jail credit as to count 1 and count 7.
The corrupt deputy was rightfully sentenced to 12.5 years in prison. Well, this officer was definitely corrupt, but the actions of this next cop were so hideous, he was given the ultimate sentence.
The court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months. That's 270.
The tragic death of George Floyd at the hands of Officer Derek Chauvin on May 25, 2020, sparked a worldwide movement calling for justice and police reform. Chauvin was charged and eventually convicted of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter.
I wanted to thank everybody for being here and for providing the input you did. Not just the people who were in the courtroom here, but also those who provided written statements, both from the Floyd family and the defendant's family. I've read all the impact statements that were submitted earlier and listened carefully to all the input here today. And it is truly appreciated that you took the time to stay with this case and to provide me with input. I have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation and carefully considered all the facts of the case and the law, but my comments are actually going to be very brief. Most of it's going to be in writing. I have a 22-page memorandum that is going to be attached to the sentencing order. And why am I doing it in writing? To emphasize the fact that determining the appropriate sentence in any case, and in this case, is a legal analysis. It's applying the rule of law to the facts of an individual and specific case. And that is why, as opposed to trying to being profound here on the record, I prefer that you read the legal analysis that explains how I determined the sentence in this case.
Derek stood still and refused to show any emotions that would display guilt and remorse. The police officer knew he was about to face a long sentence.
What the case is, or what the sentence is not based on, is emotion or sympathy. But at the same time, I want to acknowledge the deep and tremendous pain that all the families are feeling, especially the Floyd family. You have our sympathies. And I acknowledge and hear the pain that you are feeling. I acknowledge the pain not only of those in this courtroom, but the Floyd family who are outside this courtroom and other members of the community. It has been painful throughout Hennepin County, throughout the state of Minnesota, and even the country. But most importantly, we need to recognize the pain of the Floyd family. I'm not going to attempt to be profound or clever, because it's not the appropriate time. I'm not basing my sentence also on public opinion. I'm not basing it on any attempt to send any messages. A trial court judge, the job of a trial court judge is to apply the law to specific facts and to deal with individual cases.
The judge made it abundantly clear that the sentence would not be based on public uproar and emotions, but would be decided strictly according to the law. That's when he announced the sentence.
Mr. Chauvin, as to count 1, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony under Minnesota Statute 609.19 subdivision 2 paren 1, it is the judgment of the court that you now stand convicted of that offense. Pursuant to Minnesota Statute section 609.04, counts 2 and 3 will remain unadjudicated as they are lesser offenses of count 1. As sentenced for count 1, the court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months. That's 270. That is a 10-year addition to the presumptive sentence of 150 months. This is based on your abuse of a position of trust and authority, and also the particular cruelty shown to George Floyd. You are granted credit for 199 days already served. Pay the mandatory surcharge of $78 to be paid from prison wages. You're prohibited from possessing firearms, ammunition, or explosives for the remainder of your life. Provide a DNA sample as required by law. Register as a predatory offender as required by law. And you will receive a copy of the order and also the attached memorandum explaining the court's analysis.
If this needs to be said, we just ask that it be executed forthwith.
Defendant is remanded to the custody of the sheriff to be transported back to the DOC or whichever custody is currently holding him. Anything for the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. We are adjourned.
22.5 years in prison. That's what you get for striking and poor victim. Chauvin was then sent to the Oaks Park Heights prison. Next up, we're going to Seminole County, where a judge absolutely tore apart a lying officer.
Then I want you taking him up on perjury.
Your Honor.
Will you take him up for perjury?
He admitted it was a mistake, Your Honor.
No, but he lied. He lied on a sworn
Absolutely
citation.
not, Your Honor, and that is...
Officer Michael Wagner had arrested defendant Lisette Gonzalez for DU1. However, when the judge analyzed the case, he realized the officer had never conducted a breathalyzer test and lied about it in court. The judge annihilated the corrupt deputy and his supporting attorney.
I want to be enlightened.
It was a mistake, admittedly, by Michael Wagner.
I know.
He testified to that today.
He caused her to have her driver's license suspended for at least a few months for nothing. So are you going to no process that case? Or am I going to get mad at you today?
Perhaps you can get mad at me, Your Honor, but at this point...
Why wouldn't you? Wait a minute. Did you hear the uncontroverted testimony of this officer?
Your Honor.
Then I want you taking him up on perjury.
Your Honor.
Will you take him up for perjury?
He admitted it was a mistake, Your Honor.
No, but he lied. He lied on a sworn
Absolutely
citation.
not, Your Honor, and that is not true.
I'm dismissing. I am dismissing this charge. No, I'm dismissing the charge. This whole case was fishy, and I have no idea how the
to
You know
keep
what?
their address on file.
You know what?
The state intends to amend
I'm
the
granting.
charge and proceed on
I'm rescinding the sentence. I'm granting the JOA.
So you're granting it because you don't agree with the state's decision on
I'm
the
granting
other
the
charge?
JOA in fairness.
In fairness, because you don't like the state's decision today, Your Honor, on the case?
No, you're not. Now that I consider what Officer Wagner testified to and how many times he basically tripped over himself just to arrest this lady with no real probable cause. You're done. Motion, JOA is granted.
And you're not going to provide a written order on that?
Nope. You want to appeal me? Appeal me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The case should have never been done. Never.
Thank you for letting us know that, Your Honor.
The judge was so furious that he ordered the charges against the defendant dismissed, relieving her from any trouble. Next, we have a crazy instance where an officer couldn't control his emotions in court. During a court hearing in December 2012, the judge sentenced a defendant on assault. At this time, he tried to talk to the judge, but a police officer standing nearby did something shocking to retaliate.
Investigation for false imprisonment in the third degree, as a class 2 felony, and a misdemeanor charge as well in possession of.
I'd like to object first. If I'm under investigation, I thought the investigation came first, and then the rest came.
Right.
Deputy Brady Lavingier him and pushed him to the ground. The suspect suffered several injuries and was taken to the hospital. On the other hand, Deputy Brady was suspended from his job and later resigned. This wasn't the end, as the federal jury awarded $50,000 to the suspect. Well, this cop lost his temper, but you'd be shocked to find out the actions of this next tyrant.
At least give me the satisfaction of knowing that you're out there beating up right now. LOL. How humiliating and degrading.
In January 2015, Inkster police officer William Mendez repeatedly punched a black man during a traffic stop. He was immediately charged with misconduct. Just before sentencing the racist cop, Judge Vonda Evans gave a powerful speech.
I'm going to start out with Mr. Dent. The victim involved in this tragedy is a 58-year-old black man who was driving his Cadillac in Inkster, a suburb of Detroit. On the evening of January 28, 2015, where his life changed forever. He was stopped by the defendant, a then Inkster police officer, and his partner, Officer Zelenuski. Mr. Dent was stopped for a minor traffic offense and ordered out of his vehicle. With his hands extended out of his driver's window, he was grabbed out, thrown to the ground, and struck 16 times in the head by the defendant. In his attempt to arrest him, he was thrown onto a window shield of a patrol car, bleeding profusely from a head injury. The responding police officers arrived as the defendant is wrestling the defendant to the ground. Mr. Dent was struck, kicked, and tased while on the ground by what appeared to be a group of angry, anxious police officers.
Judge Vonda went on to explain the disgusting actions Officer Mendez committed earlier. However, the worst was yet to come as she told the cops disdained reaction.
After the defendant was beaten and cuffed. The video in the car shows the police officers fist bumping as a celebratory act of bravery by the defendant and his cohorts. But the one image that struck out to the court was looking at Mr. Dent in his cell, shaking his head. In disbelief of what had occurred to him. If his conduct was indicative of what he was thinking, I would have thought this. What crime did I commit? Being a black man in a Cadillac, stopped for a minor traffic offense by a group of racist police officers looking to do it. As police officer John Zelenowski, auxiliary police officer, testified in court too, in his response to a text, was quoted as saying, "At least give me the satisfaction of knowing that you're out there beating up niggas." LOL. How humiliating and degrading that must have been.
It's shocking how these law enforcement officers berate and ridicule someone based on their color.
He was left in a cell for a number of hours before getting medical treatment. But after hearing the defendant and his fellow officers joke about his injuries as they were wiping blood off their uniforms with disinfectant. 2015. Please be quiet in my courtroom. Some years ago, 19 to be, well, 25 to be exact, I remember coming into this building with such enthusiasm, so excited. And I remember a lawyer telling me that nobody leaves out of this building like they came in. I didn't understand what that meant. 20 years later, I do. Everybody has a grand idea about changing the world. And you seem like you felt like you're fighting a losing battle. And little by little, it grows. It's a cancer. It starts to eat away at you. You become cynical. You start to look at pictures of guys, not for the goriness, but as evidentiary value.
You can see the disgust and desperation on the face of Judge Evans as she went through the details of the case. Officer Mendez could do nothing but watch in dismay.
You go to social events, you tell people what you do for a living, and after they say, "What kind of cases do you hear?" And as a judge, prosecution, defense, does criminal defense, a police officer, after a while they say, "We don't want to know anymore." That's the job in the criminal justice system. It's compounded with that being a police officer. These pressures and expectations force officers who have a pure desire to purely serve the community as an occupation to conform to this group mentally or face being ostracized and labeled as an outcast among that group. These methods of indoctrination are passed along to new police recruits in the academy by stressing the importance of obedience to authority through a structure of shame and honor. It teaches them to conform and obey to the prevailing standards of the police culture. Field training, the recruit gets a reality check of what it's like to be out in the city. They then begin to shy away from what they've learned in the academy, and automatically they become a prototype of really who trains them.
Miss Evans was highly critical of the entire police system that forced these officers to turn into villains. She asserted that it's challenging to uphold principles in a corrupt system desperately needing reform.
I was out at a mall yesterday. I asked a woman a question. I said, "You don't have to answer. How much do you get paid an hour?" She said, $15 with benefits. Well, guess what? That's more than what Inkster gets. They don't get benefits. The equipment, the police cars are old. We went out to the scene. Early in the morning, there were people who were using drugs. They just kind of came out. And the only thing I could imagine was the only thing that is separating these people from drug selling are the police officers that appeared in my court. We rather put technology, money in technology by buying bait cars and surveillance cameras. But that doesn't reduce crime. It doesn't deter it. Properly trained police officers do. They go to work every day with the knowledge that some of the people that they are sworn to protect and serve want to kill them. The media and their bosses scrutinize their every move, and they get paid worse than security guards at malls, who's the worst crime that can be committed is shoplifting. But how do we as a community expect superior services from police officers who are making security guard salaries to receiving little compensation and struggling just to pay health care?
She was also sympathetic to the cops claiming there must be better pay and more programs looking after their mental and physical health.
We would rather save a few dollars to balance the budget than pay millions of dollars to reverse a tragedy that we could have prevented. I know that Mr. Dent would give back every dime of his $1 million settlement to go back to where he was in his life before January 28th. I wonder what would one half of that $1.4 million settlement awarded to Mr. Dent have done for the Inkster Police Department? Training officers that wanted to serve and not hiring officers that didn't belong. It's my belief that when we begin to value and properly compensate and train those that want to serve, then and only then will we as a community receive the type of services that we expect and demand from the defenders of our community, the police. It's amazing how poor cities like Flint can find millions of dollars to attempt to reverse a situation that $100 a day could and would have prevented. Mr. Melendez, the purpose of this long, protracted sentencing was to offer you the one thing that this court believed you didn't give Mr. Dent: fairness and due process. Being a police officer is a tremendous and very rewarding occupation. I believe it's a calling on your life to do justice in the community. On January 28, 2015, you did not fulfill your job. You performed just us.
After highlighting the shortcomings, Judge Evans came back to the heinous crime committed by Officer Mendez as the racist cop listened shamefully.
A game that began with a police stop. The purpose of it was to harass and degrade a motorist in Inkster. The man chosen for your game was Floyd Dent, a black man. The game went like this. Let's follow a car in a known area, and based on your years of training experience, you knew that the motorist would likely be a black person, no license, armed with drugs in a vehicle. Upon stopping Mr. Dent, who was dead wrong for driving with no license or license suspended, running stop signs, and weaving in and out of the back street, which the court saw in the video. You and your sidekick, auxiliary police officer Zelenowski, caught your prey. Upon being stopped, Mr. Dent put his hands out of the driver's window in plain view. Your partner and you pulled him out. When he didn't move fast enough for you, you refer to it as resisting. I call it bowing down to your command. You utilize your dirty, hairy tactics and use excessive force to arrest him.
Officer Mendez was well known in the department to be an aggressive police officer, as he had previous complaints against him as well.
Your job was twofold. Investigate the situation, be a positive example to Officer Zelenowski. When your posse arrived, they joined you in the takedown, kicking and tasing and ultimately throwing Mr. Dent into a windshield of a police car with a dash cam, which I refer to as the eye of justice. You were so into your bravado that you forgot the eye of justice was watching you and recording this disgusting beating seeing Mr. Dent slammed into the window shield with blood running down his face. The dash cam that was designed to protect you ended up being what convicted you. Fist busting after taking him down as a sign of bravery was just another cowardly act caught by the eye of justice. You knew better. You were better trained than any of those officers out there. You were more experienced. Took me several days to read the letters that people sent talking about your character, about the man that you are, about how you went in Westland and helped to save 3 senior citizens from a burning building. 3 of those letters, I believe, were from African Americans, and 1 even professed to be like a mother. 1 or 2 things, either they're all racist or there's something redeeming about you that somehow in some way you forgot that night. The way you denigrated that man was awful. Who would know and who would care about a lone black man being assaulted by upstanding police officers? Boy, were you wrong. They say that what you do in the dark will eventually come to light. And yes, it did. It became a worldwide example of what the police is not about, and that's brutality.
It was a poetic moment as a racist officer was humbled and sentenced by a black judge. After her powerful speech, she finally proceeded to read out his sentence.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. It's equally applicable when he has the video. The eye of justice in this case. You betrayed your city. You caused your lovely wife heartache. And you caused Mr. Dent severe anguish. And finally, in the words of Vicki Yost, your commander, accountability is required to ensure continued community trust and healing. Today, I can only punish your conduct, but only you and God can change your character. I am going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections. However, after weighing the allegations in this particular matter and looking at all the circumstances, including what you've done and who the person I really believe that you are, I'm going to commit you to the Michigan Department of Corrections as to count 1 for no less than 13 months, no more than 10 years. As to count 2, I'm going to give you 90 days credit for time served and close it out. Of course, it's going to give you 85 days for credit. You have 42 days to appeal my decision. That concludes this matter. Thank you.
Officer Mendez, who had been fired from the police department, was sent to the Bellamy Creek Correctional Facility. Finally, we wrap up with a scene that's equal parts satisfying and sad, when a brutal cop's poor decisions come back to bite him, leaving him with nothing but a lot of explaining to do.
Who are you? My name is Sean. My name is Sean. I don't need any help, Sergeant Daniel. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
I mean, you can't be recording my guys.
I can't be recording who?
You can't be recording my workers.
Why is that?
You just can't be. Who are you supposed to be with?
I just can't be? I'm just with myself. I'm not with anybody.
Okay. Well, I need you to go, please.
I'm sorry?
You need to go.
No, I'm okay right here. Thank you. Sergeant Daniel thinks he can tell a free man in this country what to do in a publicly accessible area.
The sergeant initially backed off, but returned soon with some backup to intimidate the auditor.
It looks like Sergeant Daniel brought backup with him to try and intimidate a journalist exercising his rights. Excuse me? Who are you, sir? I'm just asking for your name.
Deputy Phillips.
Deputy Phillips? My name is Sean, Deputy Phillips. Is there a reason you have that firearm with you?
Yes. It's a pepper ball rifle. It's used inside the facility.
Well, you're not inside the facility.
This is part of the facility.
This is outside of the facility.
This is part of the facility. This is part of my job. This is my security.
Right. There's no need for...
You are on county property. If you do not leave, I will call somebody up here and have you arrested for trespassing.
This is publicly accessible area.
No, it's not.
There's no restricted area signs or no trespassing signs.
The deputies had no clue they were up against Sean, someone who knows the law much better than them. Even with the weapon, they appeared timid in front of him.
You all are correctional officers?
Guys, I'll go inside.
Is this a restricted area?
Yes.
Deputy? There's no signs indicating that it's a restricted area.
Authorized personnel.
Yeah, parking.
It's still authorized. You're not authorized.
It says parking. I'm not parking, I'm on a sidewalk. There was no need for you to bring that out here. I know you want to seem cool or whatever, but I'm not a threat to you. You don't need to pepper ball, shoot me. Absolutely ridiculous. It says parking for authorized personnel only. This is parking.
The deputies then returned to the facility as Sean left the parking lot. It appears that these cops just can't handle the authority they have. Well, these cops were unhinged, but the actions of this next officer will leave you horrified.
Okay.
On July 23, 2021, Aurora police officers were responding to a trespassing call for 3 suspects. As the cops arrived to arrest them, they ran away while they were handcuffing them. Covered with guilt and shame, Officer Jan Halbert decided to take out his frustration on the last man standing.
Whoa. Get out. Whoa, what did I do? Stay down. Whoa, what the hell did I do, dude?
Roll over on your face. Roll over on your stomach.
What did I do?
Over on your stomach.
What did I do, bro?
Over on your stomach now.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Roll over on your stomach.
Okay, bro, don't shoot me, man.
Get on your stomach.
What did I do?
Roll onto your stomach.
Am I gonna go?
Yes. On your stomach.
I didn't do anything. What the hell?
Put your hands out in front of you.
Okay.
Put your hands out in front of you.
What the fuck, dude?
Hands all the way out.
I can't breathe, dude.
Hands all the way out in front of you.
Okay.
Straight out in front of you.
Okay.
Dude, you have a gun pointed straight
No, I
at your
don't.
head.
I don't have a gun. Why am I going in cuffs?
Stop.
Why am I going in cuffs?
You have a warrant.
No, I don't. I don't have a gun.
Stop fighting.
Bro, I don't have no warrant. You guys have the wrong guy. I don't have a warrant, bro.
29-year-old Kyle Vinson kept shouting that the officers had the wrong guy as he had no warrant. Officer Hobart refused to listen to him and did something brutal, even by his standards.
Stop fighting.
Warrant.
Stop fighting.
Help! 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 I don't have a warrant, bro. Bro, I don't have a warrant, bro.
Get on your face.
Bro, I don't.
Get on your face.
I don't have a warrant, dude.
Get on your face.
Okay.
Get on your face now.
Okay, bro.
Get on your face.
Okay, bro. Okay.
Get on your
You're
face.
killing me.
On your
You're
face.
killing me, bro.
On your face.
Me.
Get on your face.
You're
Roll over on your face.
killing me.
Turn over.
You're killing me.
Face.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Get on your face.
I don't have a
Now.
warrant, bro.
On your face.
I don't have a warrant.
Get over on your face.
Okay, dude. I'm just in
On your face. On your face.
I don't have a warrant, bro.
Get on your
I
face.
don't have a warrant. I don't have no warrant. Oh,
Get on your face.
no.
Turn
I
over.
can't go to jail for something I didn't do.
Turn over.
No.
You move, I will shoot. You move. You.
Do it.
There's no justification for a merciless beating like this. Officer Hobert was showing the animal inside him, and sadly, the brutality was not stopping anytime soon.
I didn't even run. Don't move. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. I didn't even run. Stop fighting. Stop fighting.
The pistol and strangling were horrible to see. The poor suspect was bleeding, and it was even tough staring at his condition. Even the other cops on the scene remained silent about this treatment, which showed what kind of humans they were.
Hands are out. Okay.
Don't move.
Okay.
Don't move. Put your hands out. Hands out. You're going to get it again. You got it. Hands out. I got his right one. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. All right. All right. Well, help. No officers are hurt. No. She's got blood on her.
I can't.
Stay on your side. Just
I need water. I need water. I need water. I didn't do anything, dude.
Yeah.
I was just fighting for my life, man. Hey, Randy, you guys beat me up.
I got you. Yeah. Are you okay? I'm good. Just stay there. Get her out. Just stay there, all right?
None of the pigs had any remorse for what they just did. Vincent was escorted to the Aurora Municipal Jail, where he received some treatment for his wounds before being booked in. However, the Aurora Police Department quickly took notice of this incident and immediately fired Officer Halbert.
It's from the bottom of my heart for every officer in the Aurora Police Department. Those that have seen it, the officers are seeing this right now as well. Some have seen it due to preparing for this press conference, and I can tell you we're disgusted, we're angry. This is not police work. This is not police work. We don't train this. It's not acceptable. And that is why we started a Tier 3 use of force on Friday evening when it became apparent to my Deputy Chief of Police that was on scene what we were dealing with. My Major Crimes Unit immediately went into action to investigate this with integrity, and I want to applaud them, especially the detective in charge, for staying through the weekend to make sure that we could get some sort of closure on this case. We are trying to reform, and we are trying to make a difference. This is not the Aurora Police Department. This was criminal. The district attorneys, I want to thank them. The Arapahoe County district attorneys were with us throughout the weekend. I saw the video first thing Monday morning. I immediately ordered an expedited internal affairs investigation. This will be the second time in my tenure that I have asked for this. I need everyone to understand I cannot impose discipline by charter until the due process of the officer's rights on an administrative internal affairs investigation is completed. My internal affairs officers started yesterday, and they are working around the clock to get that completed, and I will let all of you know when we achieve that.
The investigation concluded shortly after, and Halbert was charged with attempted first-degree, second-degree felony, and first-degree official misconduct. He was booked into the Arapahoe County Detention Center, but soon got out by posting a $50,000 bond. This officer surely learned his lesson, but it appears cops have a history of getting angry.
Don't ever touch me again. Sir. Get the off. Sir.
On November 19, 2021, several police officers were handling a suspect who was resisting arrest. Out of nowhere, the sergeant appeared, quite agitated, and did something unimaginable.
On my wrist, I can't move. Marshall, let go. Somebody get in the car. Just get in the car. All right, just get in the car. No, he doesn't want in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. All right, I'm getting in. Get your feet in. What's up? Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You want to play games? You're playing with the wrong mother.
What you gotta do, man? You gonna mace me, mace me.
Look at me, mother. You want to play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officers, I will remove your soul from your body. Do what you gotta do. Don't ever touch me again. Sir. Get the off me.
Sir. Just let it be.
We clear?
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Now, we have seen cops getting riled up at suspects, but this tyrant crossed every limit and ended up his junior cop. Here's the entire fiasco from another angle.
Once you get in the car, she'll let go. So what you said it's woman?
So just get in the car. All right, just get in the car.
Can y'all just tell her to stop?
Okay, get in the car.
Get in the car.
Just get in the car.
All right, I'm getting in. Get your feet in. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You want to play games? You're playing with the wrong mother. You gonna mace me, mace me. Look at me, mother. You want to play games? You ever get disrespectful with my officer? I will remove your soul from your body. Do what you gotta do.
No.
Touch me again. Get the off.
Just let it be.
I don't understand that.
We clear?
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you in about 5 minutes.
Sergeant Pouliers proved himself to be a tyrant, and soon after this incident, he was charged with and assault on a police officer. He pleaded not guilty to these charges, but also quickly retired, likely knowing that termination was imminent. Next, here's another police officer who couldn't control his rage after seeing a camera.
Why did I put you in the back of my car? Because I wanted to. Thank you. Wanted to. Can you repeat?
On November 4, 2022, First Amendment auditor Rago Monkey, along with his friend, was on the streets of Miami filming when he encountered a police cruiser parked in the middle of the road. As they got near the car, the tired officer escalated the situation in a minute.
Scatter.
You're blocking traffic, sir.
Bro. I'm doing my job.
Okay. We didn't say nothing.
Now, pero since you're here,
We didn't say anything.
okay, no importa, pero now I'm saying it to you. Since you're here, I want to see both of you IDs.
What?
What? Is this a joke? No, it's not. Do I look like I'm playing?
Can you call your sergeant?
Both of you IDs.
I don't have ID.
I need ID.
I don't have ID.
No, yeah, I'm gonna call my sergeant when I finish getting your ID.
I don't have
okay,
ID.
So put your hands in there.
Is this a lawful order?
It is.
How is it lawful?
Because I'm giving it to you.
Listen,
Okay. So let's talk about later. Your hands behind your back.
You're being
Put your
recorded.
hands behind your back.
I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting.
Your hands behind your back.
I'm not resisting.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, bro?
Put your hands behind your back. Come here.
I don't have ID.
I have a set of handcuffs for you.
I don't have ID. For what? What are you handcuffing him for?
Wait, call your sergeant. Call your sergeant.
I will.
What's the crime?
What crime did I commit? Relax.
Don't worry about it. Come over here, Baba. You're right there.
What are you doing?
Stay right there.
What's your name and badge number? Don't break my. What are you doing? Breaking my arm.
The officer had no reasonable articulable suspicion to make this arrest, but he made them sit in the back of the police cruiser for 30 minutes. Once he realized there was no legal basis for holding them, he uncuffed them and let them go.
What crime did we commit? You know the statute 901-151?
Okay, let's continue listening. Come over here. Have a seat. You sit on top of him.
No.
Yes.
Why did you throw us in the back seat?
Because no los iba a tener en medio de la calle por gusto ahí.
Papi, estamos en la acera.
Sí, pero you guys were handcuffs for my safety. No los iba a tener
Okay.
ahí para que fueran un espectáculo. No, vamos,
Okay, papi.
it's very simple. It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay, all kidding aside. The one who dictates how I do my job is me, not you.
I didn't dictate nothing.
Okay, so why did I put you in the back of my car? Why did I put you in the back of my car? Because I wanted to. Thank you.
Wanted to. Can you repeat that?
Why did you let us go?
Paying me for what?
Because I wanted to.
Why did you let us go?
I wanted to.
You know you.
Pablo, a esperar ahí en el quisito.
Why did you let us go?
Because I had nothing to hold.
All right, guys. So this is what you get. Miami's finest. What happened? If he's coming, we'll wait. But if he's not, if he, well, you know, you can.
I don't know when he's coming.
You can tell him to leave. That's cool.
This is the
All right, guys. This is what you get. Miami's finest.
This is why we do what we do, guys. This is why we do what we do.
Papi, let me get it only in Dade?
Yeah, sure, man. El nombre quiere?
Only in Dade.
Only in Dade. This guy just came in the back of the cop car for walking right here and just filming this like this. And he called us to the car. We went to go see what he wanted to, and he asking us for ID.
This is by far one of the most unprofessional officers I've seen in a long. This happens when you are too high on power and have never been held accountable.
He released us. He looked up the statutes. He couldn't find anything to arrest us for.
Right here, guys.
They're coming, wait, they're coming. No se vayan.
Come on, papi. There wasn't no need for this.
No se vayan. Para que le cuenten a esa gente, papi. Para que le cuenten a esa gente, para que me dé pau así, mira.
You broke my phone.
Tú le dices how
Bro,
bad I
he
was.
broke his phone, bro. He broke Ragamonkey's phone, dog, as he was detaining him and putting him in handcuffs, dog. I was already cuffed right here in a matter of 20 seconds.
I broke his phone. Oh my God, I broke his phone.
We don't come try you guys like that, bro. But you guys look for the hate. You guys earn the hate. You look for the hate. You look for the hate, Papa.
Do you hate me?
You look for the hate.
Do you hate me?
I hate you because you're a bad cop, bro.
Okay.
You're a bad piece of shit. That's what you are.
Do you hate me? You want me to cry? You want me to cry? You want me to cry? Okay.
Papi, why are all you bike cops like that?
Eh?
We went to Wynwood and all your bike cops, they act the same way.
Imagínate tú,
Fuck on my wrist, dog.
The egomaniac was laughing and playing after violating the tights of these auditors. Officers like them have no place in law enforcement, and he should be kicked off the force.
He's gonna be here till 7 in the morning.
This was walking right here. And the car that he had pulled over had drove away minutes before we got here because we were over there filming, walking all the way down here. So we know interfering with no traffic stopping. That's not our law, dog. First of all.
All right, guys. So we're here with Officer Uncle Fester.
I've been told other things. Come on. Try.
Is this something? You just
Papi,
something
Papi,
for nothing.
you look
That's
like...
gonna get you in trouble, bro.
Really?
Okay, bro. You think that we don't play around, dog. We don't play around,
You
bro.
saw I don't play either.
Papi, I'm inspecting.
You saw I don't
play with that badge.
You
bro.
saw
play
I
around with it.
You saw I don't play either.
You don't deserve to have that, Papi. You don't do that.
Listen, you're
innocent people that are walking by here filming an interaction right here that wasn't even here.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Papi, pon la luz de emergencia because you're blocking traffic. You're blocking traffic with no lights.
Finally, a sergeant arrived, giving the auditors some hope for justice. But eventually, he turned out to be just like his fellow tyrant.
You want to tell him or I tell him?
Yeah, we need to file a complaint on this gentleman.
Why don't you tell me what happened, man?
Okay, we were walking by like this. Look. This. Check it out. We got here. He calls us to the car.
Why don't you stand over here where I can hear you, man?
Just letting you know what's going on. We get right there. The car you have to go over has to go away. We're walking down from the street to the car. And enseguida, he just tells us, I need both of your IDs right now. For what crime did we commit? We're not ID for what? We're walking by this room, bro.
Good question, though. When he asked for your ID, did you give it to him?
I don't have to.
No, we
Joey's have to give your ID.
No, that's not the law.
Statute 901-151, unless I commit a crime about to or had.
But you don't know if he thinks you committed a crime, right?
For walking in the sidewalk?
He couldn't
Listen
come
to me
up with
for a second,
nothing.
guys.
He couldn't come up with
Let me talk for a
anything.
second, okay? I'm Lieutenant Carpenter. Yeah, I don't know anything.
Lieutenant Carpenter,
You're gonna let me
man.
talk or no? That's the problem, is that you guys always see it from your side. You don't know if on the radio, and I don't know.
You haven't seen the video. We have the video.
Are you gonna let me talk, man? Are you gonna let me talk? Okay? You don't know if they just put out a bolo right now for a guy wearing all black. You don't know, right? Do you know? I'm just asking.
Just another case where a corrupt sergeant defended his junior cop's corrupt action. Moments like these crush our faith in law enforcement, as these pigs just won't learn.
When something happens and an officer asks you for ID, you can't be like, you don't got no reason. You don't have PC, you don't have... Why are you stopping me? You don't know, man. That's why you guys got to do what you're told until you... No, listen to me. I'm telling you. This is how it works. This is 100% how it works.
Yeah, that's why we're out here.
Because
when we're out here, we're not going to jail, right?
Well...
He paid a smart move, and he didn't.
Because whatever happened, he decided you weren't that guy.
But what statute did we violate?
What code is that
This
we
is the
violate?
problem that you guys have. You don't understand me. Anytime an officer is conducting an investigation, You got to do what you're told, my friend.
Who's sitting on the road?
You are not the person that decides that.
Officer, you don't know the law. You're just talking. You don't know anything, bro. You just...
And this is the problem that you guys have.
You don't know what... You're talking out of your ass.
We're looking at it by the law.
The law, sir. The law. 901.151.
And add me to your complaint.
Read me a
My
statute.
name is Lieutenant Carpenter. My badge number is
You're a lieutenant?
0867.
And you're
Yeah, your ass needs to be fired.
Exactly, because I know what I'm talking about.
You have no idea what you're talking about. All you know is the boot.
Take that to court
You
and
want
see who
the
wins.
So you're going to take our complaint?
You tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, so go ahead and add me to
All right, we need to file a complaint for discourtesy on this gentleman, for battery on this gentleman.
Yep. Okay, but I just told you what happened and you're not listening. So
You have to listen to something that's not true.
Okay,
You're
so
full
like
of
I
shit.
said, so
You're
then
full of
add me
shit.
to your complaint and go to internal affairs.
Bro, you're a waste.
Have a nice day, sir.
You're Uncle Fester. Get away from me, bro.
You see how you're acting? That's why you get into trouble.
Fake ass Danny DeVito. Sir, we have First Amendment protected activity.
You guys need to look that up. We gotta go to a call. Have a nice day.
Go do some real work. Papi, mira. Go do some real work.
Soon, both officers were embarrassed by their lack of legal knowledge and had to leave the scene. The auditors have a strong case for a lawsuit, but there have been no updates on any progress so far. Moving on, here's another instance when a police officer got enraged on one of his own, and this time, it was a chief on the receiving end.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You have a problem? You grabbed me.
On October 9th, 2023, Sergeant William Major was handling a drunk driving crash with his team when the chief arrived unannounced and did something truly shocking.
Put it to the shoulder. Yeah. Thanks.
What is it?
The RMA.
I am not the police, okay? I came here with the ambulance. I want to make sure you're okay.
I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know. I'm asking you if he's RMA or not.
Oh, yeah, no.
What?
Yeah, I get that. I'm not saying you aren't. I just want to make sure your head is okay. There's no other injuries that we need to be aware of.
I can't get any.
Can you tell me your first name at least?
Now you get a jacket on that's not fit to be worn. What's on the back of it?
What do you mean?
Look at it, tell me what's on the back of it.
Oh, it's washed off.
Yeah, then get rid of it.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
You're a sergeant for God's sake.
Okay, Chief. Let me work this DWI, okay? Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Get over here.
I'm on a DWI.
Chief Leonard Guida definitely seemed inebriated, and if humiliating his own junior wasn't enough, he proceeded to get hands-on with him, only to quickly learn his lesson.
Chief, I'm working. I don't have time to argue about a jacket, okay?
Don't you touch me.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You have a problem? You grabbed me.
What?
Now get out of here before you get a problem.
Take him in. Take him
No, you're going to go in.
Take him
Drunk again. Whose keys are these?
in. They're mine.
Get out of here.
No.
Chief, get out of here or you're going to get locked up.
No, you...
Chief, you're going to get locked up. You grabbed me. I asked you 3 times to leave me alone. You're obstructing my DWI.
Billy, come over here.
I'm trying to get away from everybody.
Shut up, because you're in trouble now. Stop,
No, I'm
please,
not in
stop.
trouble.
Stop,
I'm not in
stop,
trouble.
stop.
You're going to be in trouble.
Stop,
You're gonna be
Billy,
in trouble.
Billy.
Chief, I'm working at
I'm listening to
DWI.
you. I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Shut up.
No.
You're in trouble because this is the first thing. First of all, I was about to say to you, you stupid. I was about to say to you, what do you need OEM for?
You're embarrassing me in front of the men about the jacket.
No. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there. Now we got a real fucking problem, Billy.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
We do.
All right, you're gonna have to go inside.
No, how about we do
No.
this?
No.
we go inside?
Billy, you're gonna have to go inside right now with me. You're gonna have to go inside and
We're
there's
in
gonna
a serious collision.
Billy, you're not doing anything when I'm on the scene, okay? You should know better than this, my friend.
The chief definitely learned an important lesson on why you must never force yourself on somebody. The sergeant was dealing with a terrible crash, but the petty chief kept making things worse.
Me? No, I said come over here.
You're out of line. You grabbed me. It's on video.
Billy.
It's on video. I'm not going to argue with it. I have a crash to work.
Billy.
I have a job to do.
You're relieved. Billy, you're relieved.
Okay.
You're relieved.
I'll go.
No. Billy, you have to understand something. You're relieved. Billy, you're relieved. Go in the headquarters and wait for me.
Yeah, so my crash.
No, Billy, you're relieved.
I have officers here.
Billy.
Right here. They could get waffled because my car is blocking it.
Billy, you're relieved.
No, Chief.
No, Billy. Please, Billy, don't. You're suspended, Billy.
I'm suspended?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm suspended. I'm going home.
Yes. Billy, come here.
I'm going home. We can't talk. I'm suspended.
No.
I'm suspended. I'm going home.
And you're going to wait for me there.
No, I'm not. I'm suspended. I'm going home.
You're going to go in the headquarters and wait for me there.
Let me work my crash.
This
is why I'm here.
Billy, you're suspended.
All right, if I'm suspended, then I'm not going to wait inside. Nothing more to say.
No, Billy. You have to. Let me explain. Billy, you're suspended.
Okay.
All right. Wait for me in there. That's an order.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put your car where my car is so our officers and first aid don't get run over, please?
I got you.
Thank you.
Billy's suspended. See what happened there?
Yes, Chief.
What happened?
There's some type of exchange between you and Sergeant.
It takes real guts to stand up against your boss, who is actually in the wrong. Eventually, Sergeant William was forced to leave his own traffic stop and head home.
I mean, in there.
Yes, you're going to meet me in there. Go and put the dog in right now.
There's nowhere to put her. She's going to ruin things.
Okay, we'll leave her in there. Go in.
I'm going. I got people on the road. I want to make sure they're safe. I want to run you over, so watch out.
No. Come on. Go ahead. You know I love you. Come on.
I know. What? What's wrong with you?
Stop. Billy.
Why would you do that to me?
Stop. Billy. Stop. You got enough problems already. Please.
Okay.
If watching these officers get their comeuppance made you shake your head in disbelief, hit that like button. Don't forget to comment on the most ridiculous moment and subscribe for more jaw-dropping tales of law enforcement gone wrong. Because let's face it, there's no shortage of cops who think they're untouchable until reality comes knocking.